Erin.
No Jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. I'm here with Jack Wagner, Robesman, and Erin Jean. What the fuck is going
candle.
on? And a lit candle. I lit that candle because there's all kinds of funky smells. I smoked cigarettes over there. It adds to the ambiance.
Lit this candle out of respect to Versace Tamagotchi.
Hey.
Am I supposed to be hearing you guys on this thing?
You can't hear us.
Oh, okay.
You
Fair
can't?
enough. No, I can't.
Which one's his?
Good question.
On his headphones.
Depends on where it goes.
We'll start this over again.
I mean, I think this is a pretty good start.
Wow.
Oh.
Got to be
Probably got ripped out during the beach. Oh, there. Wow. I hear
You couldn't hear it because it wasn't plugged in. Should I start over?
Yeah.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. I'm here with Jack Wagner, and to my left I have Rosemont. Diagonally from me I have Erin Jean. What the fuck is going on, guys?
I got my period.
Whoa.
It's lit.
Hey.
I'm probably bleeding on the chair.
Really?
Big
I
news.
bleed everywhere.
Are you like a crazy period girl? We need to know.
Not a crazy period girl. I'm always crazy, I guess.
Right.
That's what I've been told.
Jack, you have any specific interactions with menstrual fluid in your life that you want to talk about?
Nothing to speak of right now.
Really?
Yeah.
We're off to a good start.
I'm like thinking about it.
I don't think I have anything too crazy. You know, you banging her and she has her period, and then you tell her.
Bloodhound.
No, I'm not like a fan of it. No. You like, turned on by menstrual fluid?
Not at all.
No, me neither. Roseman?
I'm about to throw up.
But that brings us back to the ultimate question, which is, would you rather sleep in a 6-inch deep pool, kiddie pool, of cum, blood, piss, or shit?
Shit. No, not shit.
Blood.
Blood.
I think blood's the coolest. But what if it's menstrual blood?
Blood will coagulate.
That's a selling point? Like you're going to wake up
How
and
long
you're
are
gonna
we sleeping?
8 hours.
Wait, cum, piss, blood,
Urine.
urine.
Who's come?
Yours. Everything's yours.
Oh,
besides the menstrual
I would
blood.
sleep in my own cum right up.
I mean, I already
I can
do.
do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're basically rating
Rope
smells.
Yeah, I
gang.
guess I sleep in my own.
Smells, right?
Sorry, I tapped the table.
Imagine a whole thing of, like,
What a respectful guest.
I appreciate that.
I mean,
that was
I was
so-
warned. I looked like a table tapper.
No. You're good.
So when you meet a girl and she says,
Don't
"What do
fucking
you
do
do?" What do you say?
I sleep in my own blood.
What a line that is.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm a director, like, actually.
Okay.
And just do a bunch of... I'm just like one of those guys that does a bunch of creative stuff.
But you
for
direct
money.
what?
Music videos and
Oh, right.
doc
I've
stuff.
seen that, yeah. But that's
Yeah.
like your general, like, that's your lane of work. That's what pays the bills.
Like, normally until... I mean, this year I've just been doing kind of whatever.
Really? Like what?
Like, total whatever. I do a lot of, like, boring consulting and stuff like that to make money.
For who?
Soylent.
Soylent. Oh, I saw
Yeah.
that patch or whatever.
Yeah, I was
Wait, what
working
kind
for
of
them for a little
consulting do they need you to do? Soylent is this, like, it's the thing that's like the food that is just the bare necessities for what you need to survive, right?
Yeah.
But
Right.
let me back it up for a second. Soylent came from that Soylent Green
Yes.
where they were eating humans, right? Like, why would they name it
Well,
after that?
I mean, technically, it was a book before it was a movie.
Right.
But I mean, they knew what they were doing with the name. Everybody always asked me about that.
Right. Well, it's very eye-catching. It makes you think
So
about that movie,
what
right?
is their reasoning? They did it just to get you interested. Like, oh, you're gonna eat humans?
Well, I mean, it was named by like the 4 guys who invented it in college.
Right.
So
Do
it
you
got
use
a lot
it?
bigger.
Have you used it?
Yeah, I've been drinking it lately.
Wait, so what is it exactly? You just drinking it? It's like a meal replacement type
Yeah,
thing?
kind of.
Right.
But it's a lot of it's like synthetic,
Really?
or not synthetic, but it's. I mean, they engineered like a new way of doing meal replacement.
See, I'm
So
very
it's like
pro
some-
GMO. It makes me not want to go to Chipotle that they like are anti-GMO. That's fucked. GMOs are like the best thing that could possibly happen to the world.
Yeah.
Feeds all the poor people.
Yeah,
They grew a steak in a lab.
I know. And that's fucking. Imagine when that shit costs like $5 for them to make a steak in the fucking lab. Then
Lab steak, baby.
Hey, if anybody who listens to like Sam Harris or whatever is going to know exactly what I'm referring to, but he had this whole hypothetical discussion like, what is the basis for veganism once you are able to synthetically create meat in a laboratory?
Yeah, good point.
Those fucking losers are going to come up with some kind of reason, right?
Shout out
Vegan?
vegans. Psych.
Anything we should know about there?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Okay.
No rules.
So how'd you get into like running all these fucking weird ass social media accounts?
I mean, I think I've always done things like that, but then I was just basically really bored at my dad's house this winter for like 2 weeks, and decided to make like a bet with my friend that I could get 10,000 Instagram followers by the end of the month
On just any account.
on my own.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, on your own account.
Yeah. I mean, I had some like dumb ones off to the side. I was always like goofing around, but then I never really. I mean, I still don't take it seriously, but I just started like posting all the dumb things I made already.
Right.
Instead of just texting them to my friends. And then
It just slowly started to work?
I hit that 10,000 in like 2 weeks.
Well, how would you describe the brand of Versace Tamagotchi? Because it's kind of like a pro skater who's not really a pro skater, but he's just...
I thought you were a DJ.
No.
I swear
That's
to
the
God.
one thing I'm not, really not.
It's the hair. It looks like gutter kind of.
No, I just thought that the Versace Tamagotchi brand name was a DJ's name.
That would make a lot of sense. It sounds like one.
Where'd the name come from?
I was with Durante. You know Durante? I don't know, it just popped in my head. But that was also, like, that was during a time where I was changing my Instagram name, like, every day. I've had over, like, 200 names. And then it just... Loose Fitting Jeans was the last one before that. A lot of them. I had, like, Spin Doctors Official. I had Jimmy Buffett.
So you were pretending to be the Spin Doctors?
Yeah, I've pretended to be the Spin Doctor. I had so many. There's, like, if you go deep enough, there's, like... I used to do a thing where I would just make like 30 handles and see if they're available.
Right.
And then I would just like post them all and be like free Instagram names.
But are the Spin Doctors, do they have an Instagram presence?
They
of
do
their own?
now,
They
yeah.
do now. But have you gotten anybody to shut you down legally?
I don't think so.
Right.
Wait, so how do you get 10K in 2 weeks?
I was just
Cigarettes
posting
in
stuff that,
McDonald's,
yeah.
He's just always smoking in public, smoking cigarettes in a restaurant. He's like hitting the bong at like a cafe.
Follow me, dude. No, yeah, I would just like post a lot of stuff would get reposted, and then a bunch of people follow me, and then
Come on, there's got to be something else like
There's no
tagging,
tricks.
hashtags.
But you make
No,
a
yeah.
lot of memes yourself.
no, yeah, that's like everything I post I've made.
Instagram isn't a very shareable platform. Like, how do people find out? Is this during popular page time? Like, how are you doing this?
I like some bigger pages like reposted things I made, and then
And they gave you credit.
yeah.
But do you have plugs where you like hitting
But how
people
do they
up? You're
notice
like,
you?
I
Yeah.
got a bet.
How do they notice you? The
Let's
bigger
get a
pages.
shout out.
I mean, I think like my friend runs one called Brown Cardigan. It's like a really old. Used to be a blog.
Yeah, but
Now
that's one of the biggest ones.
it's pretty big now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so he would repost me like originally like a couple times, but then I don't even know. Well, I mean, it was really weird because then all of a sudden, like all these people that run pages would like DM me, and like it was kind of like, have you seen Boogie Nights when like Mark Wahlberg in there?
Yeah.
Where he's like meeting all the porn stars, and like all of a sudden he's like the new guy in the scene, and he's like meeting all these. That's like what it felt like, but it was like all these like random internet people that I didn't know. And so like all these people that run Instagram accounts know each other.
Right.
That's how I know Erin.
Yeah.
I think you like
But she's a
posted.
mean chick, or she used to be at least.
Used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of off
Because
that.
Jack, what I love about you is you make everything, and you have storylines.
Which is
and,
so
like,
rare on the internet
it's
these
like
days,
fan
yeah.
fiction. It's like fantasy, and like you have personalities, and you have a voice. Like the 365 Whole Foods. Like I texted him, and I was like, I know this is you. Even
Oh,
though
that's
he
you?
wasn't
You knew that was him
public
right away?
about it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could tell like the style, like it's so like.
So
I
do
don't
you
know, unique.
do you work in like paid content into these accounts to get like monetized?
I don't think I've made any money off Instagram ever.
Yeah. But you go hard on Facebook too.
Then why do it?
It's always just been for fun. It's
How old are you?
27.
Grow up. No, I'm just kidding.
Monetize the world, baby.
No, it is weird because like he sent me like 6 different links for like these are all like different things I do, and like one of them was like a t-shirt line that you could buy, so that's like monetized. But most of it I was just like, wow, this is a bizarre amount of work to put into something.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would be doing that if I was like, if I didn't have all these like things that are like more serious to be doing. I feel like I would probably be making like sarcastic memes.
Well, yeah, I think everybody at this table is pretty high energy, and he feels very high energy. So I
high
feel like-
energy is a good thing to say because
I
Donald
really
Trump
don't spend
popularized
much
that.
time on it, which is funny. Like everybody,
yeah.
it's like a huge assumption.
I understand that.
I
Part
mean,
of it.
actually, like some days I'll definitely waste my time like all day on the internet, but it's just like I did that before anyway.
But
And
you
it's
told us
creatively fulfilling for you, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's
create
just
this
funny.
Stuff. It's like so funny.
Yeah.
you're also the highest level here at this table at Pokemon Go,
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
and
doing
that
pretty
makes
good.
me want to
which
fucking
takes
put a
time.
bullet
Which
in my
takes
head.
time.
Yo.
So I mean, you can multitask and do a lot of stuff, but still,
Yeah.
like, you're level 16.
I mean, basically, like I got to that point because I was doing, like after school, like after I got out of college, I was doing all sorts of work, and like actually I only worked for so long, and like got into all sorts of things that like had different career paths, and like would eventually reach a point where I'm like, I don't really think I want to be working in this type of stuff, and then stop.
What kind of work were you doing before?
I worked in politics for like 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, I still like barely do, but
Doing what in politics?
like media strategy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's
that's
cool.
kind of like I feel like that factored into all my shenanigans.
So what did you study in college that you were working in politics doing media
I just fell
stuff?
into that.
Really?
Like through a series of promotions.
See, like you doing like the consulting for Soylent, like that's a good idea on their part. It's just like
I feel like I shouldn't have mentioned that too because
because if anybody dies from it, they're gonna blame you. Nah.
Actually, I don't work for them anymore.
Oh, okay, good.
But
They fired you for molesting someone.
no, I just worked for them for a little bit. I might work with them again. We'll see.
I did it. It could happen again. But okay, this is the thing. How is a Tamagotchi different than a Pokemon?
See,
I actually never even had. That's like the ironic thing. I've never even had a Tamagotchi.
Have you ever worn Versace?
I'll take this one.
I'm guessing you never wore Versace.
Oh, I have some Versace stuff.
How? Were you like rich for a while?
Boxers.
No, I've just like picked up some random. Like I'll find them,
Really?
like at thrift stores and stuff.
I don't know if I've ever worn anything expensive.
Neither have I. I like half the stuff that I talk about on there. I was like all the JNCO stuff. Like mom never bought me JNCO. They're way too expensive.
I had JNCOs.
Yeah,
I had to
No,
save up
it's
though. I
just,
was
like,
doing
never-
paper route to buy JNCOs.
Yeah,
I'd work like all week to buy one pair of jeans.
I wore Lee pipes.
Oh, those are
Pipes,
fresh.
And I only
didn't-
have one pair.
I didn't
had
know
to
about
pressure
those.
my mom into getting them.
Right.
Erin, do you
That
know
was
what the hell
baggy.
we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she's the one who like made me like you have to look at this Instagram account. But like, what is it about JNCO that makes it so funny? I don't know.
Oh wait, what's this account we're talking about now?
And Versace Tamagotchi, he's always like acting like he's sponsored by fucking JNCO.
I
And he-
am.
Yes.
Oh, that you are now?
I've been the whole time.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, because at first you were like,
They're making a comeback.
no,
It's
yeah,
like-
I know, but they DM'd you, right?
So
And we're
you
like,
are
please
monetized.
stop. Like didn't they DM you and they were like confused by it?
Trolled your ass.
Oh, that was the fake part.
This man.
There's
is
levels.
Like the
JNCO
mastermind
CEO is the first name in one of his phone. Can I screenshot that and send it to myself now?
Yeah, sure.
Who is the CEO of JNCO these days?
John
His
JNCO.
name's Joseph. That's all I know.
And is he lit? Is it like Joseph from the Cro-Mags or no? John Joseph? That's what
no,
I thought of
he's-
right
I
away.
think-
Just like a
think
guy with
the-
his shirt off,
I think
headbanging.
the opposite.
Right.
I've only talked to him once. He's very calm.
You sound Asian?
Level of, I really couldn't pick up an Asian accent.
You kind
if
of
there's-
have to be Asian to own like a random ass clothing company that obviously some
that's-
company spent a shitload of money buying the rights to use.
Brands
right?
are so tight because much like pop punk bands, once you hit critical mass, you just go away for 10, 15 years, come back, reunion tour, and bam, you're
Right.
getting the money again.
Because
Well, I went
after a
there.
while, it gets ironic enough.
Well, no, yeah. I actually
Album
went
comes out tomorrow,
to
Youth
the
Authority.
headquarters. What was that?
Doing a quick good
I just
Charlotte
plugged
plug over
your
here.
Oh, yeah, you got to plug him.
Benji Joel, hit us up.
Benji, close personal friend of the podcast. What were you saying?
Oh, yeah, I got the full history of JNCO when I went into their headquarters.
Right.
So I guess that time where they're gone, they went through a phase where they became J brand and they were trying to be like make like normal clothes, like skinny jeans
I
and like
remember J Brand.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then it didn't work.
That sounds really
It
familiar.
was like in
Meanwhile,
Kmart,
JNCO also like
building in China.
on the low produces clothing for like a bunch of other brands that you might recognize. Like they make a bunch of work clothes for craftsmen.
So you're saying that like the JNCO also owns the manufacturing arm? It's like a brand.
Yeah,
name
they're
that was
like
owned
fully
by
making-
so it's like
Yeah.
so like JNCO's fully like you don't even know you're wearing JNCO, but they're your work pants.
we could all be
Yeah.
wearing JNCO right now.
Route 66, Brett Favre jeans, Janko or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I think it's amazing that like you thought that he really had beef with JNCO and like he's a
I didn't think that they had
mastermind
beef.
manipulator.
I thought that they just like at one point DM'd you and were like, "Yo, like, sorry, we're not going to put you on the team or something." You made that email fake, or am I just completely inventing
I
this
think
in my head?
well, I think you're like
Combining things.
remembering it wrong,
Right.
whatever you're thinking of.
Right,
But
'cause
there was
I'm a
definitely
fucking
like
idiot.
there's like a whole narrative there that
Yeah.
and part was real, part was fake. I'll have one of those for
In
sure.
Adam's defense, his brain is broken because he's off the Xans too much.
I'm off the weed.
I think we
and I'm
all know
off the
why he's
cum.
relaxed.
Oh, I'm super relaxed.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
got sucked off, but don't talk about that. Wait, I'm trying
Wait,
to
wait,
do
wait,
another
wait,
one.
wait. Can we talk about it for 1 second?
Yeah, please.
No, absolutely not.
Just
Okay.
just
You
wanna
already
say-
know everything you could possibly want to know about my penis now because you saw it.
We could talk around it.
Whoa.
Let's talk about Harambe.
Yo, actually, there's a funny thing I want to say about Adam really quick. This girl was over at his house and she had really dirty feet. And he's like, "What the fuck, Harambe? Why are your feet so dirty? Go back to the zoo." He said that to a girl in his house.
Was this before or after
The
Harambe's
next
death?
day, after. The next day,
He died the next day. I already knew about him.
You already.
He was
early on Harambe.
You fucking fake ass pieces of shit. Just like
Could you
Harambe now that he's
imagine?
blowing up.
Yeah, you guys only cared about Harambe after he died.
Name 5 of his songs.
Name 5 of his songs.
The next day, though, this girl let Adam put it in her butt. So
Listen, my attitude.
Did you wash your feet?
I don't care. I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say that this podcast has taught me that usually the best thing that I can do is say the most honest, open thing and also the most offensive thing. And I have allowed that to cross over to like my interactions with women. And sometimes I think I take it way too far. Like I'll just say something to a girl and she will just get so offended because it is so ridiculously crass. But I'm here for that purpose.
Jack,
They know what they're getting.
do you fuck a lot?
I'd say
On
like a
Monday.
pretty standard amount of fuck.
What
What's
is
standard?
Actually, no, I mean,
I think it's Adam's standard.
We have
Adam's standard.
probably less than you guys, honestly.
I don't
Roseman ain't
fuck a lot.
fucking none,
No,
yeah.
just dry dick.
I don't think
Roseman.
so.
Dry
Yeah,
dick,
I'm very
dry
upset.
dicksman.
Roseman complimented me really good earlier because he said Adam's incoming only, meaning like I don't throw out many lines. I just get them. You
Yeah.
know, and I was like, wow, that was a great compliment.
You build
Thank
up these meme accounts. Why not get
Meme
some
pussy.
ass off them?
I mean, I'm just too busy
Yay.
controlling
memes.
them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Can we talk about this whole Coyote thing and the fake Whole
Yo,
Foods
but
thing?
by the way, hit my DMs if you want. You know.
If people want to know why we're interviewing you, they probably should know about the Coyote thing and the fake Whole Foods account because I feel like that's probably the easiest thing for somebody to grasp onto.
Sure.
Let's talk about it. How'd you start pretending to be a Whole Foods in Silver
Oh
Lake?
yeah. I mean, I was just there. I don't know. Like, the full story. Erin, I feel like you were with us. We were at a bar, and like somehow everybody split up and was like out like all night. And our friend Clayton. Well, like I went to bed and woke up and it was like 9 a.m. and I like the group chat was still going and my friend Clayton was like at Whole Foods. He's like, Doug, I'm at Whole Foods 365. It's the grand opening. There's a DJ here. He's like, I'm still awake, and I'm like, I'm coming over right now. And we got coffee, and I mean, so like it was a big deal for this 365 to open up because it used to be like a Ralph's that we would buy beer from, and like a bunch of everything closed down for a little while. So we were just sitting out there, kind of hungover, drinking coffee, and we were like, let's see if they have social media, and they didn't. So we just took over the handles. He did the Twitter, I got the Instagram. I did like 2 posts right there, and like it's not unusual for me to do. Just like I probably would
Start something, do a little seeding, and then
and like
completely
not
forget
never
about it. Right.
go. Yeah.
And you followed a bunch of LA like
Yeah.
people, and people were like, "Oh my God, Whole Foods is following."
Yeah, that's what I did. What I think I did is I went to the Tenants of the Trees Instagram, and I was like, everything.
Wait, what's that?
It's like a really like hip bar.
Oh, Adam,
Oh.
Adam.
Tenants of the
Describe
Trees?
Tenants of the Trees. Describe
Tenants
it.
of the
So,
Trees.
Girls are getting roofied there. off the
yeah,
street.
first
By
off, it's problematic.
Roseman Roofies.
I want to say I've never stepped foot in Tenants of the Trees.
This is Tenants of the Tree. Like I remember, friend of a friend owns it or something like that. We went like a couple days after it opened, and like nobody was there. And they have this whole back area, and I got scolded for having my cell phone. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you can have your cell phone here," and I'm like,
Wait,
"What?"
really?
Yeah, and I'm like,
orange
why?
stickers
Why?
on the
They're like,
camera
we're
on
like,
your
well,
phone.
for like a lot of like celebrities don't like this. And I remember
can't
cracking up
text? You
thinking
can't
like,
text?
yeah, I remember
like a
cracking up thinking like,
casino.
what celebrities are you talking? What are you talking about? But actually, like then, eventually, yeah, you get like Lana Del Rey and like you know,
Weeknd was there a lot.
yeah, like he's always there, like walking around with crowds following him. But
Lamb-
it's kind of like
Raiders.
I don't know how to describe it. Everybody goes. It's like it's a place you go because everybody you know is there. But at this, like at least for me personally, I'm always highly embarrassed when I'm there because it's just like it's like the predictable place to be. You know what I mean?
It's like a bar in Silver Lake with like a red rope in front of it, like a velvet. Don't they have like a
oh yeah, you kind of like in like they
It's
don't.
hard to get in.
Yeah,
One
they have
of
to like
those?
it's,
It's a
one of
door
those like you have to
situation.
know the guy.
They have a front
Yeah.
that's indoors, and that's like the hard place where the celebrities
Yeah.
are. And then the back, it's like nice, it's cute.
You can't wear shorts, but I will say that I got in the back area wearing a bathing suit the other day.
Baller.
And the only reason I went was to see if I could get in wearing a bathing suit, and I got in.
Read the Yelp reviews for this place, Tenants of the Trees. It's so funny.
landlords
I've
of the
written one
logs.
before.
Isn't it
Yeah,
pathetic that we all live in LA? This is a place where everywhere has a fucking line and it's hard to get into, and it's this
Yeah.
weird little popularity contest. Don't you wish we lived in like a small town in the middle of like Arkansas?
Yeah.
And we could just go to the one bar in town. It'd be so much better.
I think about that a lot, actually.
Actually, West Hollywood, I've been going to gay bars a lot. It's so fun.
You're not like
There's no one from LAC. Nobody I know. Nobody's judging me. Everyone's having so much fun.
We'll wait till
They
you
play
get into
best
the
music.
power gay scene. But then that's going to be its own set of
Can you
problems.
walk right up and get in One Oak or what? Because you're a girl.
Fuck no.
No?
It's so. And I
Why would you wanna do that?
I've
That
been
place
there
sucks.
once and it sucks.
To get dick to get fucked by
I
a
stole a
sheep.
fire extinguisher the
going.
only time I went there.
Adam, you're complaining about LA. saying this is so hard, but you've never even heard of this place.
Oh, I have no idea.
Because you built your lifestyle as incoming only.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I don't go out. I don't chase.
You don't have to.
I just deal with what comes to me.
And
And
then
it's like weird that I'm in that position.
You're like a spider.
I don't think I used to be like that. I used to be on Tinder all fucking day.
Yeah, he built a big ass web.
Yeah, and
I
just
haven't
like,
looked at Tinder
catching
in
flies and making them give him head.
No,
All
that
sorts of
really is what
flies.
it is. It's funny. Fuck, man. You guys are really making me think about
we're
my
in the
life
web right now. This is your web.
All right, so
fuck all
we're
you
on the
guys, yeah.
365 story. You did 2 posts, followed a bunch of accounts.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll try to give it from like my perspective. I guess is the only interesting one. Like, so yeah. So then I did like a whole post, and then I did another like once it took like a minute to do, and then I did another one that took like 30 seconds, and it was just a picture of Kim Gordon, I think, and a coyote, because there's always coyotes in Silver Lake.
That
and,
was one of the first things you posted.
P22.
Yeah, and Kim Gordon, I knew she lived in Silver Lake, and she's like a big, indie rock like celebrity.
Who
is she?
Yeah.
She's the bass player of Sonic Youth.
So you listen to bands like Sonic Youth? That's interesting. I don't know anybody like that. That's cool.
I mean,
I know they're like a really famous band that I've never heard of anybody listening to ever. I have no idea what they sound like.
She's popping.
Oh, I hang out with scumbag people who would not. I assume that they probably rap or sing about things like.
no, they're like a big like punk band kind of in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like a huge Sonic Youth
I
fan,
love that.
honestly.
Yeah. I would say they were like the pre-alternative rock.
They're like
phase.
post-punk.
I've never
Yeah,
heard Led
post-punk.
Zeppelin. I'm going to say that. I know I've heard them, but I don't know who they are or what they do.
Whose man's?
I know
It's good
I
you
don't
chose
like it.
Kim Gordon, though. I love that you choose like obscure things.
Well, the whole point, like, so what I wanted to do with the account was just like to try to make just like pander to the Silver Lake neighborhood was going to be like how I thought it was going to be funny. It's just like bringing up like obscure indie band references and like just trying to appeal to the neighborhood and like talking about tattoos. And so I did that. I just thought it'd be funny. I figured everybody knew who Kim Gordon was.
Until this
then-
podcast.
Yeah. And then, so I said she got bit by a coyote. It was like this elaborate, like, comment or caption. And then, what did I do after? Okay, so then I followed up with that, saying that we're gonna hire this team to come in and like take care of the coyote problem. And like at this point, like I had like some followers. I mean, I still don't have that many, but it's like, and then all these people in the comments were like, "You guys better not kill the coyote." And obviously, and then so I was like,
people to thinking that these insane things are true.
well, I didn't expect anything it was true. So then I doubled down and I posted the pictures of the team that we hired, and it was Ron and Bill. Oh man, what did I call their last name? Redman, Ron and Bill Redman, and they're like these like professional bow hunters, and they're like coming in to take care of the problem for like Northern California or something like that. And then
And he's so detailed, and like the storytelling is just so brilliant that
Do you
people
get
believe and
in-
they get captivated and obsessed with these stories, and they follow it. And
Do you mix it up in the comments?
yeah, for sure, you have to. And then from there, people were like even more upset with the thought of like Ron and Bill trying to kill these coyotes, and like I was like updating that like we killed a couple, and then we decided to make a humane trap to get rid of the coyotes, and like the humane trap was like completely preposterous and like involved a Kim Gordon. It was like a Kim Gordon okay, so I'll just describe the trap from memory because I don't have service, I can't remember. It was like there was going to be a
Wi-Fi in for you?
no, it's all good. There was a Kim Gordon decoy by her car, and then like the coyotes are going to be lured to it. And then it was like a picture of a Kim mannequin with like an electric bass. And then so like as soon as the coyotes get close, Ron and Bill had like paintball guns with calming herbs in the paintballs because like organic calming herbs from the Whole Foods like herb section or whatever, and then like to relax the coyotes and like mystify them. And then our barista Ethan was gonna like fly this drone that like raises Kim Gordon and like lures the coyotes, and then eventually like is gonna corral them into Silver Lake Wine, which is like a wine store across the street.
And then
we,
he
like,
does
lock
this
them
post
in.
acting like the dogs got drunk.
Yeah, and then like
Or the coyotes, sorry.
the last step that nobody noticed was that like the sixth step was that like Kim Gordon was gonna come and hang out with the guy who runs the social media account and drink beers. Nobody knows that, but and then all right, so like it just like the account kept like pulling me in because the next morning I was like driving by like that same street, and I see Silver Lake Wine, and they're like out there welding like a big new door, and it was like kind of fucked up. So I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like,
Stopped and took a photo.
And so I took a photo, and I was like, "Whoa, looks like Silver Lake Wine is having a little." I'm like, "Looks like they decided to step up their security." Like, I wonder why. Like, maybe. And, oh wait, no. Before that, I announced that the Coyotes like broke free from Silver Lake Wine. Okay, wait, yeah. So I missed a couple details. So yeah, when I did the humane trap, then we like said that they're in there, safe, and I was like, unfortunately, it was Memorial Day or something like that. I'm like, they're safe. Like Silver Lake Wine's gonna be closed for the holidays. So like, and I was like tagging them. I'm like, Silver Lake Wine, good luck. There's some very, very angry coyotes in there, and I imagine they're gonna be surviving off of Sauvignon Blanc. Unless you have some like raw meat hidden in there. I'm like, good luck when you open the store on Tuesday. And then on Tuesday is when they had like, then I posted a picture of the hole saying they got out. And then that's when I saw the metal gate, and I was like, oh, looks like they beefed up security. So it was like kind of like reality was giving me a lot
to work with.
Yeah. And then from there, then there was like this whole thing about like the coyotes were like wasted off of wine running around. And this is where it started getting like dark. And then like basically it all turned into like you could tell that the person running the account was like slowly losing their sense of like sanity and reality. And then I think like the climax was like the drunk coyotes like had like Ron was missing, and Bill chased them to Tenants of the Trees and was like texting me up in the tree, and they're like surrounding him, and like he was telling me to go to his truck and get a compound bow, and I was like, I've never shot a bow. I can't kill an animal. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, this is not a time for morals. Like, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, one coyote got on the roof. And then I was, like, said I was going over there. And then the account, I think I just didn't post for a while, which worked out. And then, like, the next post was just, like, we are, like, deep in the woods. And it was, like, did you see that one? It was, like, a video of, I found a video online of, like, a guy doing a coyote howl. And then, like, all these coyotes like howl back at him. Oh, and meanwhile I found a bunch of like videos, like news stories that supported this about like coyote traps and like in Silver Lake. So it all worked out, and then I didn't even then like yeah. So then like somebody from Business Insider contacted me to interview me about it, and I was like, wait, what? I was not paying attention to like if the account was growing. I was just posting this, and then I like Googled the account name, and there was already like 4 news stories, and they like mentioned me by name and called
acting
me
like it was
hilarious
serious.
Yo, look,
or
Kim
thinking it was
Gordon's
funny.
safe was not attacked by a coyote at Silver.
Were they completely fooled, or did they realize?
And then I wasn't using Twitter back then, so Kim Gordon was like tweeting about it. There was like all this stuff that I didn't even see. I had no idea like the impact, and I didn't know there was like a real rumor that she got bit.
And she had to actually
But I mean,
respond
like,
and shit,
meanwhile, like, I don't know how anybody believed this. I'm talking about drunk coyotes.
Right.
You're so good at like making it seem so
Drunk
absurd
coyote.
that it's like could be real.
Drunk coyotes alone is
You're
such a funny idea. Yeah.
You're creating these like fantasies. Like, do you ever kind of get like meshed in and like not feel like it's real, but like get so obsessed with it that you like, I don't know, just like can't tell the difference between like real life, kind of like WWE. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they're so into
Right.
their storylines.
But you kind of become
and it's
that,
like,
yeah.
You become that.
Oh, wait, listen to this. This is terrifying.
That's a guy trying to impersonate a coyote.
Wait for it.
And yo, I used to live on Beechwood. You hear that shit at night.
Really?
Yeah.
Up in the hills.
They're terrifying.
Oh my god.
So you have access. I don't even remember half the stuff that was posted on there, but so I think that's how it ended. And then I had like this look what did I post on there? Maybe you could just read it to me.
When did you become
The
a
What was the
post?
caption?
The last
that,
post?
What was the one you just watched?
Oh, okay, I'll tell you.
That was like I feel like that's how I closed off the storyline. You want to do a dramatic reading?
Yeah, here we go. What has transpired since the last post is hard to describe. The things that happened at Tenants of the Trees were unspeakable, but pale in comparison to the horrors we now face deep within these wretched woods. We were able to narrowly escape from Tenants last night. However, we We were stalked and pursued for hours under the light of the full moon, and I now believe we are somewhere deep within the Angelinos National Forest. This video is Ron imitating a coyote stress call. Just to give you a sense of the situation at hand, we now know the alpha coyote's name to be Chunta, which is Hopi for cheater.
Like, how would you find out the coyote's
He
name?
is the most intelligent and manipulative of them all. I have no doubt that he may be the devil himself. I feel as though our grips on reality may be slipping. Right versus wrong, up versus down, good versus evil, all seem very blurry and subjective here. I think it is best to hand over the Whole Foods social media to Ethan, our barista, for the time being. The situation with the coyotes has nothing to do with what at Kimlet Gordon anymore. You tag her. Whatever grotesque attraction drew them to her has been transferred to us. We now carry her burden. What is crazy to me is that just yesterday I was scared at the idea of firing a bow. Now the bow is all that I have. It protects me like a father and sleeps beside me by night like a warm, familiar lover. By the way, quinoa is on sale today at $3.65 Silver Lake. Last night, a coyote spoke to me in a strange tongue that I understood. Not sure if it was a dream, not sure what is real anymore, or if I'm alive or dead.
Like, so amazing.
What the fuck? When you write that, is it just spilling out of you? Like, you
Yeah.
know, yeah, it's not. You're not laboring over this at all. I'm assuming. Yeah.
It's like Nobel Peace Prize winning ass shit.
Okay, but I want to
Jesus.
talk about trolling because this is the thing. Is like that story. You could imagine if you were trying to write like a screenplay or like a short story or like trying to be like fun. I don't see how that could be funny unless you were trolling. Like it needs the element of you trying to pretend that it's real to make it so funny, right?
And do you believe it's real?
Well, I think he knows. right?
Well, I think what I like to do is, in general, with a lot of things, is to blur reality with fiction and have like a little mix of both in there.
Right.
Even with things that aren't on the internet, you know, where it's like, I mean, I didn't even know I was doing it. I think just until people started talking to me about it, I noticed it was like a pattern because like a lot of my like music videos and projects have been like things that people are like not sure if it's even real or not, you know?
Right.
Like some. Like I think the first one was like this video I did for Spirit Club where it was like about this like this dead boogie boarder who was like the concept video is like the coolest guy in town dies, and then on the comments everybody thought it was like a real story
Oh, okay.
because I had made like this fake news story and like. And I just couldn't. There's a video of there's like a footage of a ghost in this video, and I'm like, how are you guys thinking this is real? There's a ghost in it, and people are like theorizing about like how I like if I were really captured the ghost and like I don't know.
And
But
that's a music video. That's like really
that's why
advanced
I like.
trolling,
I think
yeah.
that's what's interesting to me is like kind of blurring the lines between reality and fiction, and like or spinning a fictional story in the real world.
So did you like Blair Witch Project when you saw that? Was that a thing for you? Like,
I
oh,
do. I
shit.
don't think I was allowed to see it when I was a kid. That's like
I
the
never seen
summary.
it
Like
either.
I
Yeah.
watched it the other day. It sucked.
To me, that was
Really?
the first thing I ever saw where it was like, this feels so real. What the fuck? I was like a little kid, you know,
Yeah.
when it came out.
I like that style stuff for sure. But yeah, the Whole Foods thing. I mean, the fact that it's like kind of grounded in reality, I think makes it fun. Like what makes it fun for me is not like messing with people. It's just like when I drove past the Whole Foods the Silver Lake Wine and they were putting up a gate. I'm like, oh my god,
It
this.
just sparks your creativity. I imagine you just like kind of rolling out of bed in the morning and you're like genuinely like excited to continue to develop this coyote story. Like,
Yeah.
because I know how I've gotten at certain times in like message board conversations back in the day, or like when I have like some really good like meme funny thing going on Twitter. It's like that's all you fucking think about. You're so like excited because it just drums up that spirit in you, right?
Yeah, a little bit. There's something that's like fall in your lap. You're like, all right, let's go.
But I just love the idea you driving by them like welding something onto the door and being
like,
like,
all right,
this
let's go.
fits so perfectly into my whole
Yeah.
coyote thing. Yeah.
Well, that's not even the best. So like the other day, somebody sent me a screenshot of a news story. So somebody really did kill a coyote in Silver Lake this month.
with a gun?
And
or-
a group called Project Coyote put out a $1,000 bounty to find the killer. And this is real. And then apparently and then I looked into Project Coyote. Apparently they're from San Francisco, where there's a similar incident where they're trying to like stop like coyote hunting like in Northern California. And there's a group of like hunters that started an opposing group called Project Coyote Lies. And their Instagram's crazy.
I bet
I
it
tagged
is,
them
yeah.
once.
And it's amazing the coyote stuff that you did was before Harambe. Like before, like the
That might have
killing
been
of
post-
animals became trendy.
I think it was post. Oh no, it was right during Harambe because I was like I remember thinking about posting something about him.
Well, there was Cecil the Lion before that. I feel like that sparked it off too.
Yeah.
Do you know that they're building, or it might already be built, but they're putting a wine bar in the Gelsons in Silver Lake, an actual bar?
Wow, there's a
In
bar
the
in Whole
Gelsons?
Foods Silver Lake.
Oh, there is?
Oh
shit.
yeah, I've drank there. I've gotten pretty drunk there.
You guys are making me feel like losers for not really hanging out in Silver Lake that much. There's so much going on a couple miles
a lot,
away from my
yeah.
crib.
That's where
Yeah,
it's at,
Skid Row's where it's at. That's where all the Pokemon's
A lot
at.
of Pokemons around.
Did Whole Foods contact you and like get a verified?
Like we
account?
did like the we did it like a very political move where you communicate like I was like basically communicating through the press.
I
with
saw
them.
this. Yeah, where you were like, I
It's
hope
a,
if
like
they
a
were smart, they
total
would take
like
it down.
yeah, that's like a. It was just funny how it worked out that way. That's like how campaigns will like coordinate with their super PAC, like legally.
through the
What'd you
media?
guys say?
Oh, yeah,
What'd they
okay.
say? What'd you say?
They
They-
said they were
they were
working
like-
to get it taken down.
They're working to take it down. Then like then like the journalist whoever interviewed me and he was like, well, they said they might take it down. What would you say if they take it down? I'm like, well, I think that would be really foolish to take it down because they're a new store in a neighborhood that's like accused of being gentrified, and like I'm getting them press on a grocery store opening. I'm like the fact that this story exists is like already like I'm already doing a better job than their PR team. So
Literally.
I'm like
I didn't even know that the store opened until I
But-
saw
yeah,
it.
I'm like the neighborhood's talking about like the grocery store opening.
This is
like
the
you
thing.
should be thankful.
If you see an account called Whole Foods Silver Lake, it would take something so insane to be posted on that account for you to then start to
Yeah.
think maybe it's just some guy pretending to be Whole Foods.
I mean, like it's real. Everything's been insane. Like, it's
99%
very
of people
clear.
would not be able to imagine that. Though it would be so much more common for them to be like, "Oh wow, I cannot believe somebody who works at Whole Foods acts like this." This is,
I mean, it's so clearly fake.
Yeah.
And
Can we talk about your favorite social network for memes? Because I noticed you go hard on Facebook and Instagram, not that big on Twitter.
yeah, it's always been Instagram. I don't know.
But you do Facebook quite a bit, but just sharing stuff mostly, right?
Yeah, I have like a personal Facebook.
No, you have.
wish
I
you could
listen.
get it
I play
on.
corn for my DMT
Yeah.
plants.
I have a couple Facebook pages.
Right.
A bunch of them got taken down recently. It's pretty weird.
Really?
I mean, there's like a group of people that we all kind of like run a few pages together, like probably like 6 or 7, and we
Okay.
all kind of like
Share each other's shit.
like
yeah.
some. It's like you can be an admin of one, but like I'm an admin on some, and then like the main person on another, and then like vice versa. So it's like a weird little network. There's actually a New York Times article about it, like
about the Facebook network that you.
all of it was so weird. Like
What
this
should
is
I-
an absolute mindfuck. This
What should I
article
search on
coming
the
out.
New York Times for that?
Weird Facebook.
New York
All right,
Times.
so-
weird. I'm not
all
gonna
right.
read it now. I just
You
want that
guys
for
want-
later.
Are you drill?
What?
Are you drill?
I'm not drill.
He's right. The rise of weird Facebook.
if you're drill, you got to tell us legally.
What's drill?
Well, I like
Twitter
that
account.
answer.
Oh, I don't know anything about Twitter.
Well, they just wrote this whole article. Well, because
You guys
he's
want
like the,
you guys want the mindfuck backstory of this
Yes,
article?
yes.
All right, so me and my friend Eric, aka Heiko Julian, run this page called the Content Zone.
seen it.
Heiko is an amazing writer and like a poet, and he used to do a lot of fake articles, and he would just kind of seed them. And one of them he wrote, like he has a really weird writing style, like a deep, like I hate to use the word trolling, but it kind of is. But it's like
Is trolling
it's
a cliche
deep.
word?
Yeah, kind of. I think, or maybe it's like I don't even know what to call this because when I had to
It's like
explain
the only way to describe what you do.
He's like beyond though. 'cause he's
Yeah.
like,
Well, Eric-
everything's proprietary. Like, there's
my friend is like
stories.
beyond that. So like he wrote this article like when people started posting like weird memes on Facebook that just like make no sense.
Right.
It's kind of like weird for the sake of being weird.
Right.
Just like deep internet, like kind of like very obscure,
Like, you're
not
gonna get
popular.
You're not going to get that this is coming from somebody who gets the whole joke
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
you really understand the platform.
Yeah, so like he wrote this article like right when it all started, called like it was weird Facebook, like the rise of weird Facebook or something. Like it was a fake article, and basically he just broke down. He like posted a bunch of examples and like broke it down as if it was written by like a 35-year-old like journalist, and but he broke it down so well and like to a T and like analyzed it and like explained why each thing is funny.
Right.
That like, and then he posted it and like people got so mad. The story went crazy. Everybody thought it
Mad
was
about
real.
what?
just like that he like killed it, kind of. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
explaining the jokes and like reporting on it in general.
Right.
It was like their secret little thing.
Right.
And meanwhile, like nobody even knew that he did it. Like it was like a fake article. It was a fake news site.
Right.
And it got shared so many times. And this thing, like it, you know, it went around for a while, but it was still like deep in the internet. And so he's basically just trolling like everybody he knows.
Right.
And so like, and then the term weird Facebook. Oh, also weird Facebook. He like kind of coined that term. It was
Right.
just like a funny, like dumb.
That is a good name.
Yeah,
for it.
weird Facebook. And he kept spelling. He would always spell it with like a couple capitalized letters.
Well,
But
think about those weird Facebook memes that you make, and then look at how Erin's dressed right now.
yeah, no.
You know, she got the Marlboro hat. She's got this like. Yeah,
So weird
like, yeah.
Facebook is like
It
normal
works
Facebook
perfectly
now.
with a lot of things.
Yeah,
that are
weird
going on
Facebook
these
is
days,
normal
yeah.
Facebook now.
Yeah.
But when this article came out, people were like enraged, you know, like our peers. And then it, you know, a couple years passed, and now these pages are all over the place. And then, so like when this New York Times article came out and they called it Weird Facebook and interviewed like everybody who was kind of like in on that, but it just blew my mind because like he's using Weird Facebook and also he kind of like plagiarized the article. Like it
Right.
was like it was basically the fake article. And he like rewrote it just about all these pages that we run.
Well, there's nothing.
But
that could be-
unironically,
nothing could be better than tricking the New York Times. Like you won the whole game. That's
that was like the
biggest
weird.
Boss.
That was the weird thing is like nobody knew who wrote that article. I'm probably just outing him right now, but like
Wait, Erin, do you know? All I really know about is weird Twitter.
Yeah.
Which came first, or did they happen at the same
I know
time?
Weird Facebook
Twitter,
started
too.
first,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Probably.
When you say weird Twitter, what do you mean?
Drill.
Yeah. there's
Who's
like a
Drill?
whole-
Who's Drill? That's what everyone wants to know. It's like this anonymous account that makes like
Yeah.
the weirdest like. Fucking,
Oh, does it have like an old guy's face or something?
it's
for
Jack
the
like
thing? Oh, yeah.
Jack Nicholson, all kind of stretched
Right.
out.
I never followed that, but I have seen it many times. Yeah.
But yeah, they're
I'll
always
try to find out.
they're always trolling like everybody like politicians and corporate. They were started by trolling corporate accounts, really, and saying they had like customer service issues and getting responses
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But then there's another thing on maybe this Twitter thing copied the content zone. There's a thing called the share zone. on
Oh
Twitter.
yeah, I know the share zone. Actually, I feel like somebody I know runs it. That's
All
like
these
yeah, the
anonymous
share
accounts.
zone is like
And it's
a
beef.
branch off of the same group.
Yeah.
Meme
Okay.
beef. Who do you have meme beef with?
I don't have meme beef with
Fuck
anybody
Jay.
except this girl. There's one girl that just like I don't know. She used to. I'm not even gonna name her, but just like used to like she added me on all the platforms. She runs like a big account, and
Who beige cardigan?
no,
She just
It's-
steals your shit. And no credit.
No. She just like all of a sudden one day got like super mad at me. Decided to be super mad at me for nothing, like out of nowhere, and just like blocked me.
What's her name?
I'm not telling.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
giving her a shout out. It was so,
Are
really
girls
funny.
good at memes, or is that something where like men?
She's
are,
more of just like an internet girl. I don't know her. Like, she makes memes. Yeah, but then I just like.
I don't meme anymore because
but-
people like Jack put me to shame. Like I can't
Yeah.
make proprietary ones.
I hate
can't run
memes,
with
dude.
Because you're out there
lines,
fuck Jerrying.
that's
You
why
were
I
fuck
just
Jerrying it a
stopped.
little bit.
Yeah, years
I mean,
ago.
I've done it too. I feel weird about taking a meme that I didn't make, and if I feel like it
Wait,
came from somebody
Aaron-
of substance.
Aaron keeps saying proprietary, like Jack's taking his meme to the meme copyright office and getting a stamp
I
and
mean,
then
he's
charging
making it all
everyone.
himself as opposed to all these accounts that just like repost. There's nothing wrong with that
Yeah.
curation, right? It's
Right,
like
yeah,
Urban
we all know how the
Outfitters
meme
is a
things works.
retailer,
But
then
when you say
they carry
proprietary,
out
you mean like
different
original
brands.
content?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
very
Well, you're the
well.
one sitting there typing in the shit. But like, so do you ever just sit there in front of MS Paint and you're just like trying to think of like what would a Trump supporter think about this Harambe thing, and you're just trying to cook up a meme from that? Like,
no,
what's the thought process?
like everybody. That's the thing. I hate memes. Like most people who have these accounts, like that's what they do. They like sit around and try to think of memes. I don't know. I was just saying to somebody the other day.
You're a storyteller, obviously. You're telling tales through.
I've just always just made things that, like, I'll think of something that's funny and I want to make it to make myself laugh.
Right.
And, like, maybe, like, two of my friends.
Oh, let me coin this term. Like, you know how artists make a concept album? It's like a concept memer. It's like a long, arcing,
Yeah.
beginning, middle, and end.
It reminds me of like the kind of stuff that I was doing online before I started making money online. And then that just shifted everything into a different fucking lane, Like once I started the BMX website, we have advertisements and everything. Like before that, I was like a fucking message board troll,
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. The idea of making a second Instagram account sounds like so much work to me that I would never even think to do it.
Yeah, how do you balance all of them?
But if you
All
got a
the
story-
pages?
if you got a
And how do
story to
decide what
tell-
goes where?
I mean, I really only have, like, one. I have, and then, like, Whole Foods Silver Lake. which
What
I
about content?
don't even look
Like,
at.
How do you decide, like, oh, I want to post something?
Oh, I mean, content zone is just like, it's just there.
Can we talk
Like,
about something really important?
Yeah.
When you throw a Pokeball, do you curve it every time?
No, can you curve a Pokeball?
You can.
Oh
if
my
you throw
God,
it
you're
at
like-
an
Oh,
Oh,
by
angle-
16.
mistake? By mistake?
No, you can get it spinning, throw it to the right, and it'll curve to the left.
I didn't know that.
and then you get extra points.
Extra
and,
XP.
And if
Sounds like bowling.
yeah, but it's like
You didn't
10
know
extra
this?
XP.
No, I didn't know that.
No, it's like 10
Oh,
XP.
okay.
But
then-
also, it's like style points. Girls are impressed by that, right?
The thing is like, okay, so I'm watching these YouTubers and they're like, they throw it at a certain angle and then it says like nice, what does it say, nice or
Yeah.
great or
Excellent is the best,
If
yeah.
you get excellent, you can be pretty close to sure that he's not going to pop out of the
Yeah,
ball.
if he pops out.
Okay.
I don't
And
think
if-
I've ever got
If a
excellent.
Pokemon shows
I
up,
don't pay
with-
attention. I
if a
didn't know that those
Pokemon-
mattered.
They said if a Pokemon shows up and they say CP is question mark, there's a likely chance that motherfucker's getting away. So bring out like the Super Ball
Bring
or
out the
whatever.
candies or the
Yeah,
Feed him the
feed him
raspberries, yeah.
What's your rarest Pokemon?
See, that's a tough question to ask because I don't think anybody has the names memorized unless they used to play back in the day,
Oh, I
right?
used to play
I know
back in the
all
day.
of them.
I don't have anybody who's super good.
But like, what's
yet.
the CP?
Do you have an Aerodactyl?
I do not.
I do. What's
How do you level
up?
16
Ladies,
know
hit me
how
up
to
in the
do that?
comments.
What's your have you evolved? What's your CP of the highest level animal?
Yeah, what's
or
your highest
Pokemon?
CP?
Like 700.
Well, I'm about there.
I'm
I've
14
never
and I already
leveled
have like
up.
775, but I also did so many evolutions.
But he spent $0. You spent 40. I spent 10, and you spent
Zero.
zero.
yeah, but the
Okay.
40 that I spent is just because I'm like I walked around for fucking 3.5 hours last night.
She probably spent 200 on her Ubers though.
True. Well, if I'm Ubering somewhere, I can only play in Ubers now. I can't play it walking because I'm too greedy. I'm spoiled.
When this
But
episode,
Uber sucks for it because then they start driving fast and you can only play at like the red
No.
lights.
It doesn't move that fast. Like
When
even
this
in a moving car, it's still manageable to like get all.
No,
the
that is not true because I was on my bike last night and I couldn't catch anything unless I walked my bike.
Will it be cool when the episode
don't
comes
know.
out, you think?
no, it
right.
won't be cool, and we'll be way behind.
Yeah,
we'll be
'cause
like, we
everybody-
know all
So
this
let's
shit.
talk about something that's going to be cool then.
No, this is going to come out like
All right,
next
all right.
Tuesday. No,
Yo,
I think
yo,
it's
you
still
guys,
cool. You guys
Magic-
are crazy.
Magic
We're
the-
ahead of everybody else.
You guys, Magic the Gathering Go is so lit right
Shut
now.
the fuck
Grand,
up. I wish
Grand Theft Auto Go.
Oh, I would. Oh, if Magic the Gathering Go existed, oh my god! Because I was thinking about that last night. Like, who's going to be the next one that tries to take this format?
Kelvin Warrior.
Yeah.
Because you know it's a fucking free for all.
Oh, it's
Every
going.
game
It's
developer in
going.
America right now.
Sims, like World of Warcraft, they must all be.
You could
freaking
take
out.
every franchise
Tinder
and
Go.
adapt it to this thing. Tinder Go. You meet the girl and she's not going to even acknowledge you unless you hit her with enough
Which is
balls.
basically Grinder.
Yeah, it's
I
very.
feel like,
It's a lot of
you're
real life.
describing rape would be Tinder Go.
No, it's consensual. You have to say yes to each other.
You're like throwing rare candies to relax her.
Can I just say?
Whatever the berries or
the
raspberries.
porn star that we just interviewed, she was like, "Oh, I love like walking around like in sketchy areas late at night,
Crawling around."
She was just like, "I like taking the risk," and I'm like, "Wait, but you like taking the risk of getting brutalized and kidnapped and raped?" And she was like, "Whatever." I was like, "You're a thrill seeker. Like I've never heard it said like that."
Interesting.
I was like,
can't imagine as a woman.
"That's like the
wanting to-
worst possible scenario is the risk."
I used to like running in dangerous areas because it would like I could.
Well, you're running.
Yeah, like when I would be like, especially I would like running down Venice Beach because I would like at night it gets like super creepy. It's like only like the weirdest people on, like
Right.
high and crack.
I don't think the hood wants to fuck with a runner because they don't want to move. They don't. They want you to be moving slow. They're not going to chase you.
It's
And
more
normally
just
runner-
like it's like
runners
a
don't have
place
their
I don't want
wallets.
to stop and talk to people. It's like you don't want to stop and have to talk to some guy that's high as hell and
I think
crack. on
everybody
Venice Beach.
respects exercise.
Yeah.
Don't you think? You know, like you
Also,
see
you're
somebody
already
running,
stoked,
it's like,
so
okay, yeah.
And what are you gonna have on you? Nothing.
Exactly.
That's-
Yeah, with your
that's-
iPod.
That's one problematic thing I feel like when with homeless in LA and stuff. I'm just trying to avoid interaction in general. It's no offense to you.
Oh yeah, this thing.
I just don't. No, I just don't want anyone to come up to me and talk to me in general. So it's
Yeah.
like when you come and talk to me, ask for some money. It's like I'm more apt to give a homeless guy money if he's just with his cup out and chilling.
I give away half a pack of cigarettes every day to people.
I have never given $1 away to a homeless person ever.
I like to buy them. I definitely like to give them cigarettes because I'm just like, that's horrible. I like to buy like coffee or something if I can. I like to like.
They don't want coffee. They want money so they can buy drugs, just like
I don't
us.
wanna do that. I don't want to fuel that. So I try
Yeah.
to buy them like food or something.
Do you think that like the fact that you are a prolific internet dude has a lot to do with the fact that you are extremely critical of things that are funny or they're supposed to be funny? Like you probably don't think that the vast majority of like mainstream memes and shit are funny, right?
I mean, I've only been doing this for like 5 months, you know. So it's like I've always like been like that, you know. But I do have really strong opinions on things, I think. And like, yeah, there are things I think are really not funny.
Right.
It's
like
fun-
what?
I mean, just like various like. Honestly, the internet bums me out, and like, And meme accounts, like there's so many meme accounts I can't, like I hate memes.
Yeah.
I really do.
But I heard it in your voice when you were like, we were talking about Pokemon, and you're like, is this still going to be funny by the time this comes out? And I was just thinking, I'm like, that's the attitude that like has taken you into making these sarcastic memes, is that like, you just don't want to be the dude who's acknowledging that like, oh, the thing that everybody else thinks is funny is funny. You're like, no, I want to
I don't know if I'm like that. I just, like if I was going to be quite honest with you, I could talk about Pokemon like till the end of the podcast, and I'm like, you know, do I want my appearance on this podcast is for me talking about Pokemon the whole time?
That's a very good point.
Because I could.
What do you want it to be about?
Anything you
Let's
want.
talk about Dan. So like back to the storytelling, you're so engaging. People like just keep coming back for more. It's like a freaking weekly television show, but it's even more interesting because it's so dramatic and like he's so fucking into it. Writes these long ass captions that are just so detailed.
Oh, the Versace
and crazy.
Tamagotchi
So
Instagram.
talk about your boy Dan.
Wait, who's Dan?
She's talking about Dan Bilzerian.
Oh, you like him a lot. Okay.
Like him a lot. He's
Can somebody give me a fucking shitty ass
been
menthol
going
cigarette? Because
on-
this is all you guys smoke, and you're making me want one.
You want
really
listen
bad.
on?
All right. This is disgusting.
Dan Bilzerian.
Greatest human being.
I hate that guy.
he
But,
hates him. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And you're so good.
Have you met him?
No, I never want to meet him.
I
But what if
fucking-
you
was
met
at
him?
his-
What if you had to meet Dan and
I
killed
almost did. All
48
my
hours?
friends, you met him.
Almost did. Notch's house.
I don't
not
know
the
what I would
block
have
party,
done,
the party
honestly.
before.
It's just I don't want to meet him.
Dan's like 4
Listen,
foot
yo,
tall ass
listen.
is standing there, and I call him. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my god,
I was in New
where
York.
are you? You need. To
I was wasted.
I'm in New York, and then he tells me to go up to. Dan
I wanted a pic for sure.
and get a photo and a video of him saying, "Hi to my little brother Jack." But I couldn't find him. That video would have been gold. My little brother Jack. Because does he know of you?
Like I hope like honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't blocked me. Do you guys know anything about what she's talking about?
I know about
Dan
Notch. I
Bilzerian?
know about
Dan Bilzerian's like
I
this.
know.
All right, so
Drew Millard did a
Janice
whole.
Griffith, he threw her off the roof.
yeah,
He's been for months creating.
I'm
these
I'm pretty
memes.
good friends with Janice. I was like,
Okay, good. Yeah.
she called me from the hospital when it happened. That's how I met.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I first heard of him.
She wouldn't trash him on the podcast, though. You know she wanted to, but she
Wait,
she
do
held
you
back.
blame Dan for Janice's, or do you blame Janice?
Oh,
Or do you think
absolutely
it's
him.
equal?
Of course, it's his fault.
Absolutely
He
him.
didn't throw
He's
her
not a
far
stunt man.
enough.
He's not a stunt man. They shouldn't have even been doing that in
Yeah.
a photo shoot.
But
I could
Janice,
see-
but you don't think Janice had any part in getting into his arms?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, she was
She's
down at that
18.
moment.
18.
I look at Janice and I'm like, I could throw her to the other side of the fucking block. She's so
Yeah.
little.
If
you're
He
18,
clearly
you
like
shouldn't be allowed to
underestimated how
decide
hard.
who-
No, it's
throw
just
you off
like
a roof?
I mean, I'm a director. It's just like if I tell some like an actress to go on a roof and let another actor throw her into a pool, like I'm gonna get sued.
So you blame
Right.
the director.
Yeah, him, but that's her friend. So like him and Dan. So like, but it was for him. So he was like also a client.
Interesting. I had
But
no idea.
anyway, so yeah, it's like, and then his general presence and like the fact that people. I mean, he was like kind of funny when he first popped up, which is like whatever. And then he started capitalizing it a lot. That's why I got annoyed by him. And then like every time I would like dive into his account, and like as it would grow, I'd just get more grossed out and just like he's just like this 90s like this like really dated like sense of masculinity that
Right.
just is like so. And
Well, we need that, right?
he was like he didn't really like talk about it before. He was just like post these pictures and not say anything. But then he like
Yeah.
started getting more Republican and kind of like more misogynist and like.
Yeah.
I just
And
like-
it's just
Going
like
out of control, just
it was
riding
like
the wave too
before
hard.
it was like you knew it had to be fake kind of, but like it was fine. It was like all right, whatever. But then I started just like, well, when the Janice thing happened, that's when I started like looking into him a little more because like when he first came out, he was supposedly a Navy SEAL. He was supposed to be like this rich guy that won all his money doing poker, and then I just like poking
Yeah, I
around a
remember.
little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
poking around a little bit. I'm like, oh wait, he's not a Navy SEAL.
Right. And the poker thing, I was like, that, like, you can verify if people have made a shitload of money playing
so
poker.
his
Like,
dad's
people
like
know in the community.
Yeah. And
So that's.
well, he's made a bunch, but it's like,
Oh, okay.
I mean, he has like, the thing is, his dad was like a billionaire corporate raider, and he like was indicted.
Oh, and you said you knew Drew Millard as well.
What?
Did you say you know Drew Millard?
No, I said Drew.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
did
Drew
the-
Millard
oh, you
wrote
did
that
Drew?
whole expose about how
Yeah.
he got all his money from his cricket father or some shit.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it's not really winning a lot if you're like, if you go in there. It's not a lot if you're betting. If you're betting $1 million, but you have 500 million in a trust fund somewhere, it's like.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to know how many hands he was playing, and I want to know his average big blinds per.
I think it's one fault.
Either way,
Yeah.
like I don't really care about him. Like it's just more like he has so many followers and he's like pushing this, like the values he's pushing on like what makes you a man is just so dated and obnoxious and like honestly like harmful. So I was like, and nobody was ever making fun of him and like saying anything about him. And I was like, I kind of wanted somebody to for a while, and then I just didn't think that like anybody would want to hear me do it. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna do it.
And
then I
these posts
started.
get like 10,000 likes.
Wait, but can you? Where do you fall on the political spectrum? What do you identify?
I'm like
as?
pretty, like kind of like a redneck Democrat.
Redneck. How?
Like I don't know. I'm like from.
You hate black people?
No.
Okay.
Just like I mean, I like guns,
Okay.
but
It's
I'm a
weird
huge
now because
Democrat.
like, I feel like the liberal side and the right wing side are so fucking polarized that it's so hard to to identify as a Democrat.
Yeah,
and
no,
have
yeah,
views
yeah. To
about-
clarify, like not. I'm like so. I don't know. I went crazy last week with like just like attacking racists on Facebook. So yeah, redneck. That's not a good word. Not redneck. Like basically a gun-toting Democrat.
Right. You like
Yeah.
guns. You go
Yeah, I like
hunting and
guns.
shit. I'm assuming.
I'm not a big hunter.
Right.
I'm down though.
Right. But isn't that weird though? How like to be a Democrat, you have to be like mega pro gun control now.
Yeah, I
don't get
mean,
that.
I'm like, I don't like guns. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I lived in a city that was like had crazy gun control, and I just saw that didn't help.
Right.
And
You got
like,
so
I just
much
know how it
energy,
works.
man. To
Just
attack someone,
dishonest.
to get in an argument online at this stage seems so exhausting to me.
Yeah.
Until, like,
Well,
it-
no, because I did a Facebook post last week on my normal ass Facebook with just my friends, and I just did this long story about how I got pulled over with all this AK-47 ammo in my car. I just came with like a gun range. I was with my ex-girlfriend. I got pulled over. Like the real story. I didn't even post the real story.
Like that happened?
Yeah, this happened. So I basically posted this story like after the 2 shootings, and it was mostly about the second shooting where he had like a registered handgun, and that's how he got shot. So like I don't know, that of course really upset me, but I posted this story about how like what really happened is I was leaving a gun range. I had all this extra ammo, like this AK ammo, and I was with my ex-girlfriend. I was messing around with her on a farm road, just like trying to scare her. And I was going so fast, like swerving around this road, and she was like, like stop it. And then all of a sudden there's a cop behind me. I was like, oh shit, like what? Are you kidding me? And so I'm about to get fucked. Like my driving record sucks. And then he pulled over and then I forgot about the ammo. And he's like, that's the first thing he sees. He's like, what's that? I was like, look back. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. We just came from a gun range. It's my girlfriend's birthday. I'm like, took her on a fun date. He's like, oh, you were shooting? I'm like, yeah, we were shooting. He's like, did she shoot? And I'm like, yeah, it was her first time. She's like, did you like it? And we were like talking about guns. And meanwhile, I was like 40 over and swerving. And he's just like, all right, you know what? You guys just get out of here. Don't drive so fast.
And so how did this make you feel? White
I was
privilege?
just stunned.
White privilege
I was
is real?
stunned when it happened. I was like, I can't believe we got out of that. And I'm like, I can't believe he didn't search my car.
Right.
I'm
I feel that way every
didn't
time I
even-
get pulled over and
Didn't
I'm
even
stinking
explain
like
anything.
weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so that was my Facebook post, and I'm just like, yeah,
You don't want one? All right, I got that
I'll have one of those if another one. Yeah, so I just did a Facebook post with that, and it was just like
I got a piece.
blah blah blah. But it got shared like once, twice, and then I went out and I woke up and it had like 20,000 shares. And I didn't even think it was a public post. And then now it has like 60 or 70,000. I woke up and there was like the craziest comments. I had to spend the morning like just deleting like all this awful shit.
Because they were saying because you were so nonchalant about it, like you didn't put any.
No. Like it had a whole message to it at the end.
Okay,
Like it was
okay.
I don't know. It was
you were,
like a very
doing-
rare, serious post for me.
And people probably thought that was trolling, kind of.
No. Like it was like it got like a lot of very positive. Most of the shares were positive, and there was like racists coming in, just like saying the craziest shit you could. Like there's nothing wrong, nothing like to
Nothing
argue
wrong.
against. There's no like argument to make against what I said.
Right.
It was just like that wouldn't have happened to somebody that wasn't white.
Right.
But then like of course I don't even know. Like just like crazy shit.
It's weird because when I get pulled over, I am so fucking scared that
Yeah.
it's 2 hands on the wheel. Yes, sir. Yes. I would never even think because I'm always doing something illegal. I always smell like weed or I got something on me, and so I'm like, I do not want to get searched by any means. I'm going to be so nice. I'm going to keep my hands on the wheel. I don't know. I'm terrified of cops.
I am too. Yeah.
I have to behave as such.
Who isn't?
Yeah.
That's like I don't know. I was just don't even get me started. I was like I mean, all the Blue Lives Matter stuff. Just like
Yeah,
I'll
that's
go on a
something that
rant
you've
on
been
it.
making fun of. Is the All Lives Matter and shit.
well, yeah. I mean, it's just like obnoxious to even say that because it's like not an issue. I mean, everybody's sad that the police were killed, but at the same time, it's just like something needs to change.
Right.
If they're all blindly defending each other.
Yeah.
Also, it's just like I don't understand the rights need to defend the police don't need defending. They have the U.S. government to do it.
But they feel that way because they see, in their opinion, that like the liberal media is like shitting on the police unnecessarily.
Yeah,
Because a lot of these things that have like come out about like different people getting killed by the cops, it comes out later that like after all this horrible uproar that maybe the guy did deserve to be killed by the cop because he was doing something shady.
I don't know. I mean, to me, it's just like, it's just funny. I couldn't understand. I feel like you could only be like neutral cop. I mean, are you like? I couldn't imagine being like. I'm never excited to see a police officer unless something bad was happening to me.
I don't know. A lot of times I think I see cops who are involved in stuff that they handle themselves very well. I was watching this huge bike jam in Philly.
Yeah.
It's like 300 dudes, and the cops like show up at the parking lot. They're like, "We just want to make sure that everything's okay, that you guys are safe." That's how it should be. But then you see these videos in like Louisiana or whatever with the fucking riot patrol just swarming through fucking neighborhoods, and it's like, how did you shared all these videos? That's why I was watching them the other day. Yeah.
No, the corn thing. Yeah, that was somebody else. Yeah.
Oh, but you sent me a Facebook link that there was a lot of videos shared that were like fucking the cops just marching through these neighborhoods.
Yeah, that was on the corn page.
Right.
That was like one of the other guys. That page got shut down and just popped back up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a whole fiasco. But
Really?
it's usually just like random stuff. You probably, yeah.
Can I read this Dan post? This is like one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
I just want to really
What
get,
is
like,
it?
the-
Oh, yeah. Wait, let me close off and then people
Yeah,
don't think I'm a
go
cop
ahead.
hater. Yeah, no, I don't hate the police. The police should start speaking out against the officers who are bad.
Yeah.
They can't just be
Right,
all.
yeah.
It's like people are going to look at them as all the same if they just blindly defend everybody.
Right.
Control your group.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Control your buds.
Take care of your people.
Read that. I wanna
Control
hear it.
your
I want to hear
people.
your
Keep 'em in
favorite
line.
Dan Bilzerian
This
post.
is one of my favorites.
As a
So
woman.
it's a pic of Dan, and he's on a private jet, and his Jack reposts him, and Dan's caption is, "This is my I'm going to Vegas post. So all the girls wanting to cheat on their boyfriends will send me naked pics and ask if I'll fuck them." And
I don't
Jack
even remember
comments,
this.
Looks fun. This is Jack's caption. Haha, my dude Dan Bilzerian killing it as usual. Please note my boy's got the Mophie hooked up in charge. Reason being his iPhone 6S Plus is about to blow the fuck up with DM notifications. Haha, dude, swear to God, when he posts a firegram like this, his screen looks like the New York Stock Exchange ticker, but instead of numbers, it's just grade A poon begging to get into his cargo shorts. Damn, what I would do to be on the private jet right now with Dan and whoever the other person is who took this awesome photo. Shaking my damn head, just sitting here fantasizing about the feeling of some sizzly bubble private jet champagne splashing against the back of my throat as Dan cheers me on. Wowzer, haha, wow, just notice his face, LMAO. He's looking at his fingers like, wow, I can't believe what you bad boys did to that Hooters waitress last night. LMAO, maybe I should call and check on her. LOL, psych, haha. Damn, anywho, Dan, I'm literally chilling tonight. Went a little wild last night in LA, pretty much sitting here watching some TV. Not sure if the plane left yet. If not, I'm super down to come kick it with you and tear up Vegas together. I can be at the Burbank airport in 15 minutes. You know where to reach me, dude. Although just in case, I sent you another DM with my number, because I'm not sure if my texts have been going through to you. Haven't heard back in a minute. Figure your phone is just fricked up or you're busy harvesting acres of pussy like the poon farmer you are. Haha, dude, have fun in Vegas. Either way, pour a Miller Genuine Drought for me. Love you, dude.
Draft.
Hashtag FOMO.
Hashtag
Wow.
FOMO.
I like half these I forget. Also, a lot of them get deleted. So like it started with like I just wasn't sure how to like make people understand why he sucks so bad.
Do you
'Cause
think
it's like-
people think that you really love him, though?
Well, that was the
People are
fun
so
part.
dumb,
And
they believe anything.
everybody gets it now, but before all the ones that get deleted were like the ones that worked.
But why do they get deleted? They like
Because just fanboys come in there and they think it's serious.
Instagram's very anti.
That was the most fun part. But like also you'd usually have like nudity or something. I'd be like, but yeah, some of the best ones got deleted. But yeah, so basically I just started cheering him on and just like supporting him and just like being like the typical commenter that like loves him, be like, dude, your life is so cool. Like I wish I was you.
Right.
But then like it was always like a mixed like just like it was always like a picture and like a huge rant, and then I would also like sometimes bring up like things from my past that like made me insecure and be like, yo, like you know, I had this baseball coach a while ago that used to call me a fag and like a pussy, and like it really just like hurt my feelings, and like I just feel like if I could hang out with Dan for a little bit, like everybody would just know that I'm like a real man, and like And like possibly Michelle, who like wouldn't go to prom with me, will just like look how tight I am now.
I feel like you look at like some of the real comments and you just like try to inhabit that mind space.
Yeah, that was like the whole goal. Is just like the people who like him. I wanted people to see like how they appear.
Yeah, it's
to
so
me,
sad
I guess.
people even feel like that.
Adam,
But
do you
they
feel like
Is the Dan video game one still up? I feel like that was like
really good.
I feel like that was my favorite one. Besides, there's a video I posted that gets deleted every time, reported down, where it's just like photoshopped of me like hanging out with him, and it's gone. But it's like,
Adam, do you feel like you're like a couple commas and maybe one private plane away from being Dan Bilzerian?
I was earlier in the podcast. I was going to refer to myself as a trap Dan Bilzerian, but no,
Wow.
I don't want to rock that. No, I don't think.
I don't
wanna rock that.
Be a Dan
No,
stan?
no, I'm not. Like, I mean, I never had like a legitimate.
Here's the thing, Jack, about Dan Bilzerian is that, yes, it's all ridiculous. You doing that stuff, obviously, to the woke individuals provides comedy and whatnot. However, you are giving him more publicity, and there are a bunch of dumbasses in America probably going like, do you think that you're helping on his takedown or just giving him more
I think
press?
so, because nobody talked to him before, but now I've like, especially in the beginning, like I started seeing people like making a lot of like negative stuff about him, and like he's more of like laughed at than like laughed with now.
I don't know, man. Do you think the more notorious he gets, I don't know.
He
It's
was
strange.
on top for a little bit. I think he'll go away, dude. I don't know.
He's really short.
He's not going to lose his followers. He's just like,
I loved when he would post the shit where he would just talk about how fucked up on coke he was and stuff. And I was like, man, it's so cool that you're this fucking famous and you're still just going in and talking about how much Adderall you were doing and shit. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
At a certain point, he fucking would like, because that's the whole story is that he did all this coke for like a week straight and had 2 heart attacks. And that's like his big, big claim to fame. It's quite the claim to fame.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I'm just like so obsessed with myself that I can't fucking make an Instagram account and talk about somebody else. It's probably bad.
Well, you have a job. You know,
Yeah,
you got
I
like
do.
a 9 to 5, so it's kind of like, when
That's
are you,
true. That's true.
You could probably find. Roseman sends his intern to search for fucking rare Pokemon
That's
for him.
true.
You're
That's
telling
sick.
me,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Hey, I want to talk about the clothing line because the Smash Mouth shirt
the
is one of the
Dank.cool?
Yeah.
Dank.cool is tight as fuck.
How
by
did
the way.
that
I
come
was like,
about?
no, EDM is everyone dying from Molly. He put that in a shirt.
That was a
I seen that
shirt
shirt, but I didn't
that
realize
me
it
and
was
my
supposed to be an
friend
EDM
Mojo
joke.
wanted to make for a long time.
Did you invent that phrase?
It was me and my friend Mojo.
And you
made
Googled
this.
it and nobody else had said that.
No, yeah, nobody's. Yeah,
That's amazing.
that's been around for like that one's been around for a while. And it was just like
Everyone
we had no reason to make it, and then finally like before Christmas. In fact, I think that's like actually wow. I just realized this. The reason I started doing all the stuff was to promote the shirt. So like I like put out the shirt. I'm like nobody's gonna buy this stupid shirt, and I'm like all right, I'm just gonna make content and like get followers, and then I'll post the shirt and I'll make some more. And like when people are looking, it's
it
funny
worked.
because it's like I'm not making money off these stupid shirts. Like it's never about money. It's just like if I make something for Dank.cool, it's just like because I think it would be funny to exist.
Like
and
the
then I
Smash
have
Mouth shirt. You couldn't possibly have thought that was going to be a big breadwinner, right?
that
Or
actually
is it?
sold out like
Really?
pretty quick, yeah. But then there's ones that are like really obscure. So this used to be on my website. Like I used to have a web store, but like none of the things were actually for sale. It'd just be listed as sold out. Because the shirt would be like so niche that like nobody would ever buy it. And
Right.
now the people who make my shirts, I like told them this, and they're like, well, we could just digital print like one-offs if anybody buys them, and just put them up there for enough money that like they really have to want it. So there are like a bunch on there that are like $40, but it's just like
Like the Smash Mouth shirt.
no, that's like 25.
You basically like presented it as if like
They're a
Smash
hardcore
Mouth was a
band.
hardcore band.
back in the day.
Ex San Jose X. Wait, they were a real hardcore
No,
band?
but like
Come
it would be
on.
funny if they were.
Wait, I don't know anything about Smash Mouth besides that fucking song on the radio.
Somebody once told me that life was gonna roll me.
Ain't the sharpest tool in that. She knew the next word. Yeah.
I was gonna do a bunch of those
check.
shirts.
You know what's funny? You see that article on Gawker a few weeks ago that was like making fun of Smash Mouth because they're always defending like their non-one-hit wonders status
Yeah.
like on Twitter. Like they always respond to
Wait.
fans and be like, actually we have 3 hits.
Jack, do you know about somethingawful.com?
Yeah, like really.
Where they were like trying to get him to eat the eggs. They kept telling the lead singer of Smash Mouth, please eat the eggs. They made like an article about him eating the eggs. Like,
What
eat
eggs?
the eggs. No, just the eggs in general. Like, please eat the eggs. And finally the guy from Smash Mouth was like, all right, I'll eat like eggs for charity. And they got him to do it.
I saw
didn't know
that.
that.
Oh, that came from Something Awful?
Yeah.
That's funny.
What is it about Smash Mouth and like the spin doctors and shit that just seems so funny to me at this point in my
Sugar
life.
Ray.
Smash
Sugar
Mouth
Ray,
is the
Jesus
funniest
Christ, that's
by
a good one.
far because it was basically who's that guy Guy Fieri. If he started a
Yeah.
band, it would be Smash Mouth. You
Right.
know?
No, I was hanging out with this girl a little bit at her house, and they were like, her roommate had some guy over, and her room is really hot, and I said to her, I'm like, why is she hanging out with this fucking weirdo in the khaki fucking cargo pants and shit? She's like, oh, he was the drummer from Smash Mouth. Or no, of Crazy Town. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, Shifty Shell Shock.
The thing is, if you go out in Hollywood, like you will run into
Yeah.
the members of what the fuck is it?
The singer
Crazy
owns a
Town.
big warehouse that people use.
That's
for
not like
parties out
it's
here,
not
yeah.
a completely imaginary thing. I think you can do a lot with Crazy
we
Town.
managed a couple guys from Crazy Town for a little bit.
Manage them doing what?
They tried to
Being
make
fucking crazy.
They made a new EDM group.
Oh my God,
Thank
I saw
God.
that. Yeah.
Thank God.
Shout out Crazy Town. Super
Gotta
nice
adapt.
guys.
Gotta keep up with the times.
Jack, in terms of like music videos, what should everyone go watch? Like, what's your tightest work or your favorite thing that you want everyone to see?
The new Dylan one is pretty good.
Wait, which one?
For Need
Dylan
You.
Francis, yeah.
Dylan Francis.
Do you know Brandon Dermer?
Yeah, he's like one of my oldest friends.
Yeah, Brandon and I know each other from like Chicago.
I'm from Chicago too. That's how I know Brandon.
Wait, what part?
I grew up in like
Chirac?
Aurora, Naperville,
Grew up in Chirac?
and then I lived in like Wicker Park for 10
I'm
years.
from Palatine.
Okay.
And
I'm
you know,
from
do you
Wicker
know
Park.
Tom Schleider? That's one
No.
of Brandon's friends.
Wait. Maybe.
Tommy English, he goes by now.
Okay, enough about your
Sorry,
buddies.
anyways, that's crazy. Yeah, because I know Brandon's
He's
in a bunch
another
of
director.
Dylan videos.
Yeah.
But what I want to know about, like, you have a whole section on your like site of like you shooting videos in Compton and shit. Like,
Oh yeah, that's a Boogie.
okay,
Boogie's this amazing rapper from Compton that my friend Clayton found on like Twitter.
That's actually really funny because my friend was telling me about Boogie today.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated to you doing the video.
I mean,
with
that's
him.
how I met my friend Clayton. He's one of my best friends. But like, just I got introduced to him. He was looking for basically Clayton did a Facebook post because I mean I was like for a while I was just like a cameraman, director, just like doing whatever when I was younger. And they're like, I need a cameraman who's not afraid of doing hood shit. And like a bunch of people tagged me in it, and then like we talked because I like seriously I was doing like crazy hood shit like.
Like what?
I worked like on this TV show that never came out where we were trying to investigate cold case murders in Gary, Indiana, like gang murders.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like too real and we weren't solving anything, and I had to wear a bulletproof vest in the winter for like 3
Gary
months.
is scary as
It was the
hell.
Shout out
murder
to
capital
Gary,
of the
yeah.
country.
Gary is the scariest place I've ever been to.
Oh my God. It was like the worst job. First of all, I didn't even realize how little I was getting paid because I had to drive there and I would like spend $40 on gas. And I would like have to drive there every morning, dead of Chicago winter. And then my day would just consist of like getting yelled at by Judge Mathis was the host.
Really?
Yeah, so he's just like
shit.
Judge Mathis. We had this like, he hated the hat I would wear, and he always tried because it had like, he said it was gang colors. It
Was
a
it?
Pittsburgh Pirates hat, and he's like, motherfucker, you better not wear that hat, and like just scream at me.
In
And I'd be
LA,
like-
a Pittsburgh
I'd be like, I'm
Pirates
like,
hat's
I'm
gonna get in
like,
trouble?
well, I'm like, I'm only gonna wear it in the hotel, and I would always forget to take it off, and we'd be out in the field, and he would get so mad at me.
Really?
But my job was just like, I was shooting, but like we'd have to go shoot in like some murder scene that they would give us like access to, like an ancient murder scene, but it would be like a liquor store that's closed down and boarded up. And like I remember one time I got there before our security guard. The security guards were like old too. They like weren't. I would like look at them and be like they weren't protecting me from shit.
Right.
So like we'd have to like kick in a door sometimes, and like then we're in just like this like store that's been closed since a murder, and then there would be like clearly homeless people like living there.
Really?
Yeah, that was awful. I remember like being in one. Oh, I got scared shitless this one time. I was the only one there. I was like looking around with a flashlight in this like liquor store. Everything was covered in like this thick layer of dust. And then I get in this back room, and then I see like some like items, like an empty bottle and like a toothbrush and like a shirt, and they didn't have any dust in it. And I was like, oh shit, somebody's been here like very recently. And then I turn around and I see this big dude, and I like freak. And it turned out to be the security guard who like didn't show up yet, but I was like ready to die.
Thought you were gonna be killed by this giant homeless person.
Yeah.
Wow, that's scary as fuck.
But yeah, it was just a lot of that. It was like 3 months, and then I realized I like wasn't even making any money.
Right.
And just a bunch of random stuff. But then anyway, so like, then we started developing like just helping Boogie with his career. Clayton manages him. I've done all his videos and like every creative aspect.
Right.
And he's gotten really big. We signed him to Interscope, and he's like gonna put out another tape and an album soon.
He's actually from Gardenia, right?
When you say
No.
when
Oh,
you say
no? Compton?
we
He's
signed
a full blood.
when you say we signed him to Interscope, do you mean like are you part of the management team? Or are you part of the
Well, I don't even know what I mean. Yeah, like Clayton's his manager. I'm like the uncle. Like I don't know. Like I do all of his creative stuff, but like
Nice.
it's like me and Clayton. I'm like he's like his on paper manager. I'm like
But he's like a
creative
super hood
manager.
dude, and he trusts you with his image and everything.
yeah.
That's dope.
It's
What
been
do you
good.
think has good like branding and image stuff, rappers wise? I was thinking about this
YG.
a lot today. I tweeted that today.
21.
Literally, YG is killing it right now.
21,
Like branding.
21.
Yeah,
Yeah.
YG's sick.
He's killing
Yachty.
Branding. I don't know, because like some of the guys that are only branding just suck. So it's like.
I like the Yachty One Night video because it like really does a good job of like capturing him as like
He
an
nailed
internet
it. They
phenomenon,
nailed
like a
it.
goofy, fun internet guy. Yeah, they killed
But
it.
he's
on that
also
one.
respected. He's best friends with 21 Savage. Clearly,
Right.
they're best friends.
I
They
think
are.
Lil Uzi Vert's doing a good job too.
I think, but he doesn't have enough videos. I don't think he has like a distinct video style.
Yeah.
That's what the best thing about 21 is that his videos are extremely consistent
Right.
and they always have
Just
like a
think,
very similar.
personality wise and like internet, like his like, breakup with his girlfriend.
Uzi,
like,
yeah.
That's
Like,
the
right
biggest
before the
challenge with
video
Boogie.
comes
He hates
out.
social, like Boogie's, like first album was about social media and how much he hates it.
Really?
And like not hates it, but like, you know, it just gets you in trouble with girls and like.
But isn't it funny because like when social media really started to pop off, like so many people, like public figures and stuff, be like, "No, I'm not gonna have an Instagram." I don't think that's not even possible. You can't
Yeah.
pull that off now because
Yeah.
it's like
Boogie
that's,
hates it.
It would
I
be
mean,
like,
he
yeah,
has
I'm,
one, but
I'm
he,
never
like-
gonna be on TV.
No, Jennifer
You know?
Aniston can.
Side note, I have to throw in some wrestling stuff while I'm here. Dean Ambrose is the WWE champion right now, and he's like deserved this, but like they haven't given him shine. He doesn't use social media. Like
Oh, and that's
doesn't
probably-
use Twitter, doesn't use Instagram. I can't believe they put the belt on somebody who is so removed from like the WWE universe. And
Yeah.
their fans and
Hire
shit.
somebody to do it all
It's
for you, right?
Because
Yeah.
they're so like John Cena, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, all these dudes who are just like fucking, look, a certain way and play a certain part in social media, and yeah.
It must be
it's
hard to
crazy.
like market yourself in that regard. Like I can't imagine if I was trying to do a podcast without social. I
know.
guess podcasts are kind of hosted on social media,
Well, he
YouTube
has
and
the
SoundCloud or
platform,
social
I
media
guess.
sort
Are
of.
you okay with the eyes? That's a couple times.
Yeah.
You
Is that
do-
just- do you- is
how
that-
often do you
is
do
that
the
a daily
drops and
thing?
why?
Not often. Just like I just grabbed them from my house because they've been dry all day.
You on the mic?
Do you have contacts on?
Yeah, I have contacts.
I've been considering the eye drops because I keep seeing myself, like photos of myself at parties where I look so high, and it's just
Were
weird
you?
that there's all these comments like, "Oh my God, you're off the Zans." I'm like, no, my eyes just fucking get like this every time I hit the weed, dude.
Jack, what were you like as a little kid? Like creating shit nonstop, or
Yeah, I have like huge ADHD.
Yeah.
So before I was medicated, probably it's a wild. I mean, I was like the same in high school, but we just didn't have the internet. Like I wonder all the time like what would happen if social media existed when I was in high school. But I did the same shit in high school. I don't know. Like I would just like try to mess with things,
Yeah, try to piss people off, just.
but like
give
never
them
in a really harmful way.
Right.
I remember like we tried to like our school spirit day, like toga day was like Thursday, and we like the girl who was the spear club president or whatever like was like really adamant about like please wear togas. Like I think she even said like, Jack, can you get like everybody to like wear togas? Like I really want to be big. And then like I just tried to get everybody to wear togas like the day before, which was like school, like Jersey Day or
Just
something.
really fuck up the momentum.
It
Yeah.
was just really stupid. It was just like you're still wearing a toga, but it's just like the wrong day.
her whole,
Just like dumb shit like that. Yeah.
But that is so like spot on, like with the Whole Foods thing. Like
Yeah,
that is so in
I would have
line
never
with
thought
that.
of that.
Yo.
It's very funny.
We all like spread a lot of rumors in high school. Like, my friend Tim and I would always help him with this. Like, me and this kid Tim, who like lives in LA now. I'm gonna shout out Tim Walsh. Like, I met him because we cheated on the PSAT together, which is like practice SAT. And then we got called in the principal's office because we got perfect scores, and they were like trying to tell us like you should really think about schools. Like,
How did you get a perfect score? How did you?
all
cheat?
right, so this is like, I don't even know how we're the only ones who did, because like they give us these, remember in high school the standardized tests? They'll like, you just come in one day, they're like, oh, you're getting tested today, and you have to take a big stupid test, and then they're like, for this one, they're like, the back is stapled. Don't worry, don't look at the staples. Don't mess with it. Like, just take the test. Of course, I'm like, I'm gonna open the staples, like, because I pried them open, and Tim was sitting next to me. We were like kind of friends, and all the answers were in the back, behind the staples. So we just wrote them in, and then just like hung out and like played Snake on our calculators. And and then forgot about it, and then they called us in. But anyway, so Tim, every time an ambulance would come to the school, like our school is horseshoe shaped, so like when somebody pull in, everybody would see it. Every time there'd be an ambulance, we'd always spread like some awful rumor. Like the rumor we'd always spread is that a girl was pregnant and she jumped out the second story window to try to kill a baby.
I support that. That's lit.
And it would fly around.
I'd push her.
It would fly around, like everybody would believe it. And it was just like there's so many like, people thought like 3 times like a pregnant girl jumped out the window, or just like somebody got tased, like somebody's dad got tased.
Right.
And then like another one was for some reason just out of nowhere, we spread a rumor that our friend, his nickname was Sauce, that he threw up on a specific computer in the TV department, and it was just like a completely pointless rumor, but just like we all decided, just like, yeah, spread a rumor that Sauce threw up on the TV computer.
Right.
Like, yo, Sauce puked all over the TV computer and it's ruined, and he's in big trouble because he puked. And it was just like, it flew around. Just like stupid shit.
Yeah.
I feel you. Like the senior prank we did, like I started it. It was like, yo, May 14th, don't wear pants, wear shorts. Like on May 14th,
That's a good
do
one.
not wear pants. Like we kept on saying different things. Like make sure your socks are high though, like high socks.
Yeah.
Like some shit was gonna happen on the floors or
Yeah.
water or something like that.
Oh, I thought the prank would just be wearing shorts.
No, it was just trying to.
The prank we were trying to do, maybe the prank was planning the prank, but we were telling everybody for a long time that our senior prank was that all the guys were going to make out.
That's an amazing prank.
And just be like, yo, like we were just telling people we're going to I think it was just mostly about just us telling people, because we'd be like, yeah, we have a really good senior prank, but like if you want to get on it, like we're just going to, all the guys are going to make out. And they'd be like, what? Be like, yeah, it's a prank, dude. Senior prank. We're gonna make out.
Prank, bro. You get it?
Like,
It's
don't you
that's
get
like
it,
pre-YouTube. Like, it's a prank, bro.
Be like, yeah, but then you guys are gay. Be like, no, it's a prank. You're getting pranked.
It's a prank, bro.
You're getting pranked. We're all gonna make out.
The one I've always wanted to execute. This one I still dream of to this day is that every senior brings a bucket of paint to school and we just tie it to the parking lot.
That's a great idea.
It'd be fun. It would look cool.
Just dump it out.
Yeah,
a can of paint.
I used to
Sounds like vandalism to me, brother.
Yeah, but the parking lot looks dope.
We put
It's art.
bird seed all over this girl's car when she parked in my spot, and then like a bunch of birds. Like she came out, there's hella birds on it. We just did stupid stuff.
That's smart as hell.
You know who Tai Lopez is?
Is that the guy? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Knowledge.
My boy's dating his cousin.
Okay, you want to know the funny thing is that the girl who you just met that I was hanging out with, she was interviewing for a job with Tai Lopez, and he saw the video of me and her making out and like her grinding on me, and he told her straight up like, yeah, I saw that video. And he doesn't know that I talk shit about him online all the time, but he's just like, I saw that video, and it really makes me like think that you might have like issues with who you choose to spend your time with, so I don't think we're going to work together.
He's in the Dan world. He's in the Dan network.
He's so Dan.
Here in my garage.
I don't even know if like he's the kind of guy I don't even
Tai
know.
Lopez is more dangerous than Dan Bilzerian. You gotta tell me
Tai
that.
Lopez is the biggest piece of
He's
shit
like
ever.
one of the most irrelevant people in the world.
Tai Lopez
Tai
makes
Lopez?
Dan Bilzerian look
Are
like a
you
fucking
kidding
saint.
me?
Yeah.
Dude, he's a scammer taking people for hella money.
Oh, is he? I don't
He
even know
bought
his
all
deal.
those YouTube ads so that he could build up a big ass following. He doesn't get that many views, but he like for a while everybody knew who Tai Lopez was because he was buying so many
Dan
YouTube ads.
Bilzerian, as far as I know, doesn't ask for your money in exchange for nothing.
Yeah,
Tai
that's the good
Lopez
thing about
does.
him. That's a different. Yeah, it's a different level of evil.
He has daddy
Yeah.
money. So.
Yeah.
I mean, Tai Lopez too. How the
No,
fuck
I
did he
can
make
only
all that
deal
money?
with so many villains at a
Dan's
time.
biggest fault, he just should have been transparent from the beginning. He should have been like, yo, I got dirty money. I got that white collar money. Fuck with me. I'm partying. I don't care. My dad did crimes. It's all funneled through me. Lego.
Because you got to own what you are. That's why I'm saying. That's why
And
I
then
can't.
I'd be like, all right.
I can't put myself in the same category as Dan Bilzerian because it's like I'm really open about when things don't go well. And I love talking about my own failures. And I think that's the thing about him that rubs people the wrong way is he's trying to present himself
Jack.
as a superhero of,
Jack, what's the biggest L you've ever taken?
ooh,
Biggest L?
like you're trying to court a girl or something and like she just fucking just
It could have been a girl or
stomps you
business
out.
or life.
I
Biggest
mean, I
failure.
could think of like personal L's that like wouldn't be good stories.
Like what? Short version.
I mean, I'm a documentary major, so like a lot of times like, they're not fun ones. It's just like I'll make a whole documentary and then just like it falls through because of the subject or something like that, you know?
Really? Oh, that's gotta suck.
But-
I'm trying to think of L's I took in my life.
But I'm trying to think of a fun L.
I invested $20,000 in a fucking pizza place, and then the dude who I was been like best friends with my whole life, he tried to kill a girl, and then I lost all the money.
Hey.
And he's still on the run for it.
Yeah.
It's your fault for investing in a pizza place.
And not getting paperwork. It wouldn't matter anyway. So there's that.
I try not to set myself up in situations where I'm going to take the L.
Right.
And if I'm going to take the L, I try to spin it into a W.
But no
Awesome.
risk, no reward, right?
No, that's true.
Hashtag just take the L, though. That's our anti-rape slogan for the guys. Just take the L. Just go home.
Oh,
Jerk
okay, yeah,
off.
that's good.
See,
I was like,
everybody
No,
thinks
no,
that.
yeah.
Fuck. That was the second time we talked about it in the podcast that somebody was like,
Wait, what did he think it was?
tell
like
the girl.
the girls
Yeah.
taking the L by just take the rape.
I think that's a big problem in the just take the L movement is that everybody kind of assumes that at some point.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to hook up? No, just take the L.
Come on.
Okay.
No, without if you were like just do it, that would be at least she'd be consenting. Like the idea that is so offensive is that you'd
Wait,
be,
just do it is pretty problematic.
just
Yeah.
do it.
Wait, I've taken crazy L's. I'm trying to think of like one that's a really good story.
Well, it's good to talk about the worst things that ever happened to you because it helps humanize you. I think
Worst thing that's ever happened.
When I tried to
me.
kiss that girl,
You know what?
during-
Okay, so I noticed that I don't even know if this is an L, but I noticed we have like a very similar scar right here. Mm-hmm. So this part went away. I had one up here too.
What happened?
This is a pretty big L. Maybe. I think it was my 18th birthday. I wasn't super cool in like middle school, especially middle school. High school, I became cool like my senior year. Like still barely. I was just kind of like the fringe, like troublemaker guy that people accepted. But like, my neighbor and current roommate Lyndon and me, for some reason, like maybe one other person, were drinking with these really cool girls from our school that like normally would have talked to me. I think it was like the first time we hung out, and like for some reason I was there for like on midnight. It was my birthday, and I was new to drinking, and they were like giving me champagne. And then
you
like,
didn't know
but they
what
were
it
like
was gonna do to
spiking
you.
it hard with vodka. I found out, like, get me
okay.
wasted.
Yeah.
So like, all of a sudden I'm like lit, and I'm like on my Nokia phone outside, and like in the backyard, and we're all just like hammer drunk, and
Spiking the champagne with vodka.
yeah. So I'm in like this weird backyard in the dark on the phone, and I like turned and I like kicked something over, and then like something just like whacked me in the face. And it turned out to be like a big like wrought iron, like a torch kind of thing for like a tiki torch, but it was like made out of iron.
And it
it
fell
had like
on
a
you?
big sharp thing just like clocked me. And so I come in just like bleeding. And my current roommate Lyndon's there as a younger man. He's a soccer player. He's like, "You're fine." He's like, this happens all the time. I'm gonna put a butterfly bandage on you. You're gonna be fine. I'm like hammer drunk. And I'm like, all right, yeah. And they're like, "You're fine." I'm like, should I go to the hospital? I feel like I need stitches. I'm bleeding really bad. He's like, "You're fine." And so he puts a butterfly bandage on me, and then just like drives me home wasted. I wake up on my couch in the basement of my house, and like, the worst hangover I've ever had, obviously. I don't even know what we were drinking. And then like my pillow is just covered in blood. And I go into the bathroom and I'm like covered in blood, and I have duct tape like all over my face and on my eyes. And like that was his butterfly bandage. And I go upstairs, my mom, like, I didn't even know what to say to her. And I'm just like covering my hangover. I'm like, yeah. I basically told the truth. I'm like, I accidentally walked into a fucking tiki torch last night. I excluded the vodka. I'm like, yeah, it's super embarrassing. I was on the phone. I couldn't see it. It was black. I just hit a tiki torch, and Lyndon said it was going to be fine. But like, I woke up and apparently it opened up. And I'm like, she's like, "Oh, Jesus." You know, I'm like, yeah, I feel like I should go to the hospital and get stitches or the doctor. I mean, it's like pretty bad. She goes, and my mom never took us to the doctor. She's like, "No, you're probably gonna be fine. Just like, it's not bleeding anymore, so you'll probably be fine." I'm like, I really feel like I should.
It doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, she's like, we'll get you into some Neosporin or something. But like, I definitely should have gone because I just started like an internship or something somewhere, and like it took so long to heal. Like even after it scabbed up, like then I had like the most brutal scar right there. I looked like a crazy person for so long, and then like it's kind of like faded, but like for a while, like right between my eyes, I have like this gnarly scar. I would always ask people like, is it bad? Like I think it's pretty bad. They're like, "No, it's not even that bad. It's not even that bad." Like when it was like healing. But then like now I look like if I'll talk to like Brandon, if I asked him, like it was like probably around the time I met him, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, it was pretty disgusting."
What was your mom's problem? Why no doctors?
Irish. I don't know.
I think my scar is more embarrassing.
My mom's Irish.
You want to know how I got my scar? Going to fucking hardcore shows in like Boston, like when I was growing up, and I went to a lot of basement shows, and there would be a lot of like ridiculous moshing going on.
Absolutely.
And the ceiling was low enough that somehow I'm like jumping off the stage, and like in Boston especially, it was all about like you don't stage dive, you stage dive, and then you beat the fuck out of people who are under you the
head
whole
walk.
time. And somehow I got elevated to the point, and the ceiling was low enough that, like, you imagine, like, the metal pieces that go across, and then there's these, like, pieces. Well, like, I fucking, like, got elevated to the point that this part of my nose just smashed into that bar, and it cut open really bad.
And
I did not do anything to
popped
make it
a lot
better.
of dislocated shoulders back into place at hardcore shows in my
So
youth.
you were a hardcore kid? What's up with that?
Yeah, I was growing up. I was a hardcore
He was
kid.
in a Rancid cover band.
Middle school, I was in a Rancid cover band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tight. It's funny because, like, there's this dude that works for us, and he was here, and he had just gotten the Rancid tattoo with the fist on the back of his fucking thigh, or on the back of his calf, and we had made fun of him so bad for it, just making fun of him so bad for getting a Rancid tattoo, and then Erin walks in, she's like, oh my God, that's so hot.
I know, that's funny.
This
He was
just,
like, yes, somebody
this
understands
just
me.
in.
Literally just
What happened?
explosion.
My boy just texted me. I'm at Black Bar. Girl sitting by me has a Roseman shirt, and another one has a Rope Gang certified shirt.
Wow.
Well, Stevie's there right now,
Oh,
but
the two girls. I mean, what's her face?
they went to. Oh man, they went. Oh, I
Tell them
cannot
to
speak about what I'm.
Tell them to
thinking right
talk to the one.
now. Well, if they try to pull up on me, try to surprise me, and it ain't happening, you're fucking. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But yeah,
you ain't
after
gonna trick me showing up at my house.
after
I'll
the
tell her right
Rancid
now.
middle school phase, definitely became deep into the Chicago hardcore scene.
Right, which was that really strong? I don't really remember.
It was
much.
like definitely does not compare to Boston, but Boston would come to us. I remember Righteous Jams played this weird show in my friend's garage, like a one-car garage. And like I remember like fucking stage diving off of a riding lawnmower. That's like if you want to know what the Illinois hardcore
pretty
scene is like.
badass, yeah.
Stage diving off a riding mower.
The Illinois hardcore scene. We went to this hardcore show that they were in like a lot of VFW halls, basketball gyms.
Yeah.
That's where I got the scar.
Churches,
I
dude.
forgot what band this was. They all had the carabiners hanging off, the
Yeah.
skinny girls' jeans on, whatever. It was the first note of the first song they played, and it was in a gym, and there was people crowded around them and the monitors or whatever. The first note of the first song, the lead singer ran at the crowd and drop kicked the girl sitting in the front of the front row. And that's how they started their set.
Right.
I remember there's a lot of that.
A lot of hardcore shows I would go to, like, dudes would want to mosh as if there was a ton of people, but there wouldn't be that many
no, that
people.
was
So
like-
it would be dudes just beating the shit out of, like, some girl standing there, just run up and punch her. And I remember even at, like, 17, I'd be like, how is this possible that they could think this is okay?
I
Yeah.
never got fucked up in the pit, thank God. But I did go to an ICP show like 2 months ago.
Right.
Went into the fucking pit front. I just like went to the front for 2 seconds. Crowd surfer kicked me so hard in the face, and I'm really good at navigating pits. I was so mad. Knocked my contact out. I thought my contact went back in my eye. I thought I was fucking blind.
That's
And
funny.
I had a massive gash here.
I guess it's not funny.
The craziest pit I've ever been in, probably because I was small, was a Limp Bizkit pit at a big stadium show.
Wow.
Because like 4 of those circles of death like opened up.
Yeah.
And I'm a little like 11-year-old, like, oh fuck, what the fuck? These guys are huge. Like basically Adam is standing next to me and I'm 11. You know, I'm just trying to like slide by.
All the craziest pits I've been in were like not even a place where there should be a pit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like because I thought being like a hardcore kid growing up that I could like handle myself as an adult and be fine because I'm like totally dropped out of the scene basically. I mean, I moved here. Like if there's a scene here, I'm like it's barely alive.
Should we all go to Warped Tour?
Yeah.
I'm just
still
saying the
never
scene
been.
out
I'm
here
too
is really
young.
funny because it's like
sucks.
huge
What do you
popular
mean?
hardcore bands and their
So
show is
dusty.
sold out a month before the show and you have to pay $40 for the ticket or whatever. It's just like the complete opposite of what going to hardcore shows was like for
Yeah.
me, where you're waiting in line outside of a church and it's
Yeah,
like $5
exactly.
and like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's when I see hardcore out here, it's like there's so many people that like we were making jokes about One Oak and shit before, but it's like it's kind of like that to get to a hardcore show in LA. Like,
Yeah, but it's not like real hardcore.
You gotta have a fat
anymore
ass to get into
anyway.
the hardcore show.
that's definitely weird. Yeah,
If the tickets are sold in advance, it's not really a hardcore show.
but it's like out here, it's just
Unless
there's
it's a
so
fest,
many
dude.
people. I don't know.
If they got monitors, that's not a hardcore show.
That's true.
If there's a stage, not a hardcore show.
But yeah, the ones that like have like really I've like actually gotten hurt in. I've always because like at hardcore shows there's at least like a sense of a line, you know, and it's like everybody beating the shit out of each other, but like help you up. But like, dude, I remember I was so stoked to see Sleep when they played at Beach Goth of all places. And
Wow. You're going deep
no,
here.
it was fucking Burger Fest.
Okay.
I never wanted to go there. But I went to see Sleep. I just like went right before they played.
But you decided you wanted to mosh to sleep,
No, I didn't want to mosh to
okay.
Sleep. I was so high, as you should be when you're seeing Sleep.
right?
You know, I figured everybody in the crowd would just be like shredding. And like, but it was all these teenagers and like were just like way hyped up on Red Bull or something, and like right away somebody came up and like punched me in the face,
Right.
and like opened up the pit. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm so high. Everybody here is high. Have you ever heard of this band?
But you go to fests and shit, and there's so many people that like want to. It's like a mosh show-off contest. When I think about it now, it's like all, especially hardcore shows, dude. It's just all these kids trying to show off. It's so crazy. It's such a weird dynamic.
Story, actually, so like a year, maybe 2 years ago, Amelia, my best friend, and I went to a Taking Back Sunday and the Used concert in New York.
I think we're talking about 2 different genres of music.
I'm sorry, it's not hardcore.
It's very different, yeah. They ain't no Smash Mouth.
So the Used goes on, lit, great. Taking Back Sunday, the emoest of them all comes on, and like we're all the way in the front. This dude starts grinding on Amelia, like behind, and I like start freaking out. I'm like, yo, back the fuck up, like what are you doing? Man chokes me with 2 hands. Like literally like choke to kill kind of shit.
This guy
In the front of the fucking
because you
Taking
tried
Back
to get him
Sunday
to
show.
stop dancing with her.
I told him to stop grinding on her when she's just trying to like jump up and down and have a good time, listen to fucking emo music
Dude,
and grind.
metal
Choke
shows
with
and
2
shit are
hands.
just.
And it wasn't even during the Used. It was during Taking Back Sunday, which is like
Wow.
so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
So then she starts. She has
probably a
fake
lyric
nails
about that.
on. She has acrylic nails. Starts clawing his eyes out.
She did.
She did, because he's like literally choking me. And then he takes both of us, one hand,
Like
and
Kane.
nobody's helping us.
Was
like,
this Dean Ambrose?
No, I wish. He could fucking choke me down.
Whoa.
Choke me,
Let's get
daddy.
into that.
Literally, 2 hands, and then we broke out of it, and it was just like, what
It's
the
fucked
fuck?
up.
That wasn't even some like pit, like I'm fucking, you know what? It was. Just
I can't get back to that mode anymore, except
What, like choking
Rage,
random girls at parties?
moshing. I don't have it in me. But
I didn't think
Rage
so
Against the
either.
Machine played the Palladium like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was like I was 15 again.
Whoops, sorry guys, that was a big tap.
No, I was okay. Tap that ass.
So there's this fest in Chicago called Riot Fest.
Yeah,
that's like
yep.
hit or miss.
Yes.
So the first year I went, I was with my girlfriend and her siblings. One was like just old enough to kind of be an adult, like she could come to a show with us, and like she told us she smoked weed, and we were like, all right, that's fine. You know, like she was like 17, and Suicidal Tendencies played, and I remember like I gave like my girlfriend like my jacket. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like,
Coat
I'm
rack.
going in,
Fucking
dude.
coat rack
I'm going
ass
in.
bitch.
She went in there with me, and like, of course, we were like fully in the pit. I was just like reliving my glory days, and like we both like were like. I like ran up on some kid and like crowd surfed to the front, and then she followed me, and like we did this a few times, but then like one time she didn't come back, and I was like, where the fuck is she? And then like it was like the last song and she was still gone. I'm like, I need to fucking find her. So I like just like crowd surfed to the front, and then like got backstage and was like looking for her, and then she was like talking to the guitar, like the new guitarist from this band, and he was like hitting on her. And like had to get her away from this whole situation. She's 17 years old, like getting hit on by a grown ass man, like a crusty ass Suicidal Tendencies member.
Why are you looking at me, Roseman?
No,
Yeah,
I never went
and
below
I'm sure he had
18.
no idea.
No, just looking at your.
I abide by the law, my
just
friend.
looking at your reaction, bro. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
There's not really much of an end
You
to
were,
the
you were
story
17.
besides-
She was 17.
No, I was a grown ass man, dude. I was like 24.
Dating a 17-year-old.
No, it's my girlfriend's little sister.
Holy shit! Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta find that girl.
Yeah. But I just remember like having to like crowd surf in a Suicidal Tendencies reunion show, like in a direction,
Right.
like crowd surfing as a form of transportation.
Swimming.
We
This
DJ'd
way.
the Suicide Boys show the other day, and me and House Phone were like stage diving and crowd surfing and shit. And I was just thinking, I'm like, this is the most taxing physical experience of my life. Like every part of your body is just working to keep you up there. You're out there crowd
Oh, I
surfing for
remember
10
that.
seconds, boom, they dump you back on stage. I was so spent from that 10 seconds.
I remember a couple L's
I've
I've
seen it at, like fast back in the day, because I remember going to like Warped Tour and people would be mad respectful for the girls who were stage diving and shit,
Yeah.
and then I would go to the local like new metal fest and it would be girls stage diving and they would just be raped on full like in front of everybody. They're up there, just everybody
That's
grabbing. It was
gross.
crazy.
At that Suicide Boys show, talk about an L. House Phone's first stage dive. No one caught him.
No, I was about to bring that up. That's a couple quick L's. Quick L's in my life, recent stage dive attempts when I've done them. I mean, some succeed, some don't. But like, I was on tour with Waves, and there was like, we were always jumping off the stage, and like during when our friends were playing stuff, and like, and I took a huge L on camera because I like dove into the crowd, and it was like filmed, and like literally like, because my friend went right in front of me, everybody was like paying attention to catch him. I just like fully like slid past a guy's head and just landed straight in the concrete and like hit my head.
Yeah, I actually.
And I was just like, that was deeply embarrassing. And I like scurried through the crowd.
That's why
in
I would only stage dive if it was during something that I was like hosting, so I could feel like these people actually have my best interest in mind.
I was tour
yeah.
managing a pop punk band in 2008. It was Halloween. We were in Dallas. I was wearing a giant sumo costume that had a blow up thing, right?
Of course. Why
so
not?
I had
Yeah.
a bunch of air blowing into it with a fan going, and I was like, I'm going to stage dive. I got everyone together, and I ran and I jumped, and they thought that my costume was my body, so they went to support my costume, and my body just slipped right through everybody.
They thought my costume was my body.
I
don't know.
I wonder if the listeners right now think that our stage diving stories are. I hope they are.
I completely
Fuck the
forgot that we were
listeners.
talking
Only
for
shout
the
out Rope
listeners.
Gang.
I'm going to take a huge turn here and just open this drawer. And wonder, ask you guys this: what is this bottle of Curve cologne doing here?
So we can
That's
curve-
Alfredo,
we-
my
we're here-
business
we're
partner. But
putting
is that a weird?
He wears Curve.
I mean, he
This
probably
is
wears
like
all kinds of weird
this
shit.
is like you're trying to finger a girl at a middle school dance.
That definitely
cologne.
is his swag. Yeah, he probably has tried to do that this week.
Curve. You guys don't know Curve?
I
This
don't
is
know
like
Curve.
what your
Curve.
mom bought you.
My boy wore
In
that
middle school,
in
it's like
ninth
your
grade.
first cologne.
My boy wore that in the ninth
I feel
grade.
like I've known guys who.
I'm gonna
It
rock.
smells amazing.
Comment below
Hold
if
on.
you know about the
Hold
song
on, Jack.
"Curve" by
Tell me
Cameron.
it doesn't smell good. Jack, you put a lot on. Tell me it doesn't smell good.
He's gonna puke.
I can taste that Curve.
I feel like I'm walking through a Macy's.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I recently bought my friend for his birthday Michael Jordan cologne, which they
I
still
had.
make.
I own
Yeah.
that. I own that.
That was like
I owned Cool
around,
Water.
Yeah.
Does it smell like you're good at
Cool Water.
basketball?
It smells amazing.
Really? Huh.
It smells like my childhood, bro.
Right.
Michael Jordan cologne, Curve, whatever Victoria's Secret body spray they first came out with was the big thing. When the body spray was first invented, I guess, I don't know.
So you're a man who buys fragrances. I am not. I gotta
Not
say.
anymore,
I
not
don't know
anymore.
anything
There's
about
actually
that.
a really good cologne from my friend to wear. I'm not going to mention his name, but he has a history of like hooking up with girls immediately before playing basketball. And I just realized it's a pattern because I've like, for some reason, was just telling stories about like his antics. He'll like have like some girl situation, and I'd be like, yeah, they came over last night and I got like a huge blowjob, but then I had to leave because I was going to play basketball. And it's always funny because he's like not in a league; he's just going to shoot hoops.
Just has
and
a-
like
yeah.
telling them like, yeah, I have basketball, and then like he just goes to the park by himself.
I do that. And anytime I go on a date, though, I make up something about something I have to do at some very near point in the future.
Why would you say that on this podcast?
Because they don't pay that close attention. But if I'm meeting up with a girl
listen
to
twice.
get drinks
That
at
one
10,
girl's going to. They listen twice. They listen twice. She knows.
fuck you guys. No, but like,
Podcast's so good.
okay,
Listen
if
to
I
it.
have a date, this is what it's called creating like false parameters. Is like if I have a date at 10, I'm like, you know, I got 12:30. I got to go do this thing.
No, it's a great thing. Then you could break it, and then
And you know what's
I feel like
it's funny?
Jack
yeah,
feels
you
so
break it, but
noble.
then they feel special.
Jack,
Yeah.
do you not even do that? You feel like a very noble guy.
no, I do that all the time, but it's like not for the same reasons you guys do probably. Girls don't understand this. I'm not like I haven't had successful relationships in LA. It always ends for like the same reason. It's just like
They're trash.
The same complaints. Just like I feel like you're never really here. Like when we're hanging out, you're like always somewhere else. And you're like thinking about something. It was like
Yeah, I have
they're basically
Instagram.
they
It's like,
basically
bitch, 'cause
describe
I-
like ADHD, and I'm like, yeah, I know.
You're like, my
I'm
mind's more interesting than any of this shit.
But like in the morning, like for like basically it's like you're, I don't know, like in the mornings I like basically I get up right away. I get up and I put my shoes on. I leave my house right away. I go get coffee. Like the second I wake up.
Really? That's
and like walk
interesting.
around, and then I'll like get home and I'll be productive and like think about stuff and like.
What do you do while you're getting coffee?
Hold on.
Think.
Describe
You
just
just
getting
think.
up.
You don't
Describe-
bring your phone?
Does your
Not bring it.
alarm ring
No, I wake up naturally.
every morning? About whenever you get up, or is there a certain time?
More it's now like whenever I get up, but like
What is that normally?
8 or 9.
You're talking to the guy who's like, if I could sleep till 2 every day, I would.
It's rare for me.
I hate getting up.
Sleeping until 2 makes you feel like such a
But
piece
yeah,
of
like
shit.
Feel amazing.
false parameters. Like I've made. I try not to lie to anyone, or like let alone girls that I'm dating. But like I've had to lie to do like for the dumbest reasons. Like like I don't like sneak around girls. I'm not like, you know, like cheating on anybody. But like I've lied to a girl. I've made up like fake things I've had to do so I could just like hang out at my house by myself.
Yes.
Like, that's like, yeah.
obviously.
Or,
All
like-
the time.
I had a girlfriend, and I would always tell her I was doing the podcast when I wasn't. I would always be, because it's such a good excuse. There's no reason for I can't look at my phone. I'm busy.
When you wake up, do you feel that anxiety? Is there some kind of anxiety that gets you up? Like, I gotta go do shit. Like I
yeah,
the
I
day's
think so.
starting. I gotta get it going.
Yeah, I just have like a burst of energy in the morning.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm a morning person.
This is my thing. I sold drugs for a long ass time, and I still will tell girls that I sell drugs just so I have a really good thing to fall back on, like so that I don't have to like be confined by any rules. So that way, if it's a Saturday and I don't know them that well and it's 10 p.m., it's like, yeah, I'm doing a thing. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like to have something mysterious that you can constantly fall back on as an excuse.
My thing is
sick.
the opposite of your thing is that I'll outsleep any girl. So if she's staying over and she wants to get up and get breakfast and it's 10, I'm like, yeah, you go.
Yeah.
I'll be good.
I don't fuck with people who want to sleep that much.
Love to sleep.
I love getting 2 hours sleep and just feeling jittery as fuck all day.
Yeah, I respect a good sleep. I'm not great at it though. But yeah, so the false parameters, it's like I'll do it, but it's never for like a bad it's like more like a sad reason. Like if they found out, it would just be like, I don't even know how they
You
react.
just want to be alone, right?
Yeah, it's just like, you know, it's like I don't want, like I could probably just be honest and like tell them, but then I'll like force them into a sad situation. I'll just be like, hey, like, you know, it's cool. Like we could hang out today for sure, but I'm probably just going to like leave a couple times and walk around and then sit on my computer and like probably pace around my room. And
sometimes you just gotta fart. 100%.
for sure.
Any
Side
girl that
note,
sleeps
sorry.
over has to know that I'm a fart in my sleep.
2 things. I just went to the bathroom, and whatever's next door, they're doing System of a Down karaoke.
The bar, yeah.
Oh, wow.
After.
That sounds
and then
amazing.
second thing is there's a used tampon on the floor of the bathroom.
Oh,
Not mine.
wow. I can completely explain that off air, yeah.
I just want to
Wait,
let you know
wait,
it's
wait.
not mine because I already said
I'm going to let you
no,
explain
no, no,
that.
no,
I'm
no,
actually
no,
going to go
off
check
air.
that out.
Off air.
You dipped?
Off air.
He dipped.
Off air ropes.
not mine.
Off
It's
air.
not mine.
I thought it was all third base. He went to fourth. This fucking guy.
Off air ropes.
Love it.
Off air. I'm not
Give me the
touching
2
that.
fingers. Give me the 2
Bloodhound.
fingers. No. Let me smell. Let
Adam
me
is a
smell.
bloodhound confirmed.
Oh my god.
22 don't give a fuck. What do you say?
The story?
What story?
Give me your hands. I'm sorry we ever fought at a party.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even
guys
know
fought at a
I
party?
don't know what we fought about, but I'm sorry.
I saw Dan Bilzerian and I got just so triggered and so angry. I was like, let me just pick a fight.
That was the
Like,
party?
The
it
beef has
was
been
the
squashed.
I
same
love that she just said triggered. That's so good. I saw Dan
that
Bilzerian and I got
night
triggered.
was just
was
yeah,
wild.
It was a lot. A lot happened.
I
A lot
met
couldn't
a
talk
girl
about.
that night. I took her on a date. It didn't like go anywhere.
Lit.
End of story.
Liddy.
I met a girl at like 4 a.m. But we like were coherent enough at that point to like change numbers, like get info.
I got locked in the bathroom and Halsey had to get me out. That was pretty cool. She's so hot. I love her.
I would say that I'm about 20% as interested in sex as I was before I got Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Like last night, literally, I told 3 different girls that I couldn't hang out because I wanted to walk around by myself and play Pokemon Go.
It made me sad when Jack
Maybe kinda
Pokemon
proud,
Go
yeah.
shamed us, but he made a good point. He wants to make the most of his time on Earth and on the podcast. So it does make sense that we shouldn't talk about
So
it.
I just got back from the bathroom where there's a used tampon. I didn't see it. She must have cleaned it up.
Bring it out with you.
So there are 3 items facing me in the bathroom.
Let's see it, yeah.
Right now we have, this is disgusting. I shouldn't even be touching it. It's a fully open bottle of Lubriderm lotion.
I have no idea whose that is, just
That's
for the record.
fine.
I'm not here that much.
One bong. The
Someone
name,
gave
when
me
you
that.
first look at it, it's kind of hard to read, but I thought it said swastika. But it's
That's definitely Adam's.
Suika.
I forget who gave that to me exactly because so many people have given us free bongs, but just for the record, this
So
is
then,
deep in this vlog game.
And then turpentine, a highly flammable chemical product.
Adam, real quick.
Odorless mineral spirits.
Level 13, come see about me.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
at level 14, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but I feel cool about 13.
No, wait, I think I'm still at 13. How the fuck did you get to that? I think we were like way less.
Come see about me.
God damn it.
Yo, hold on. Let me show my Pokemon.
When I mentioned Pokemon, I saw Erin look at her fucking
Look
thing,
at.
too. Hey, everybody, tell Rose when he ain't shit.
I have an exaggerator.
692.
I have an exaggerator, a Cubamon, a Slazazlard. Sorry, Jack.
You have a bunch that I don't
Apologies
have.
to
but none
the
of them-
guest.
Hey, why don't you fucking evolve over there?
Look how pissed Jack is.
I don't even know what I'm.
He
this
gets
is my
pissed,
face.
man.
Evolve.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Evolve.
Jack, don't even play, man. Jack, listen to me. I like that you create a lot of shit. I like your energy, and we're not
Get to
even-
the insult.
No, we're not even really sure exactly what you do. We just know you do a lot of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know
Yeah.
what he does. But that's the interesting part is that he runs all these fucking social media accounts, but then he also has like his directing shit, which
Quiet.
is completely sincere.
Your biggest monetary stream is directing money or
Yeah.
JNCO money?
Oh yeah. I don't make any money off the online stuff. It's like a total
Okay.
joke.
Dude, you could start making money.
Yeah, it's just for
I probably
fun.
will.
It's
I've
recreation.
like been taking it seriously lately.
And then like guys like Fuck Jerry, like would you ever sell out like that and go that big and just start reposting shit, mixing with your own shit?
I mean, I know I've met him. He called me. That was one of the people I met like when my account
right
was getting popular.
right.
This is not for me.
He was
He's
just like, I'm
they're
gonna
like
rob
the
you blind.
furthest end of like business bro.
Do you have
Like,
any aspirations to make a lot of money, or do you want to do it your own specific way?
I'm like, I mean, yeah, of course I want to make money, but like, no, I don't need to make it off Instagram. I'd rather do something that I think is good or cool or like makes me laugh.
A
Than
feature
make money
film?
on. You know, maybe like, yeah, like this is something I've never really specifically wanted to do.
Do you like Eric Park? Do you like Trey Parker and Matt Stone?
I think I mostly watched South Park when I was younger. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Do you like Tim and Eric?
Yeah. Well, I mean, same thing. Like back when the show was on, I liked.
Who's your comedy idol? Like biggest influence, or no? Actually, who's your biggest influence in terms of comedy, and who's your current guy you like the most? Like, do you like a Kyle Mooney?
Kyle Mooney's hilarious. Yeah, I've always been a fan of his YouTube stuff.
Do you like any old school shit? Like, I mean, I guess people talk about like Steve Martin and shit like that. Like,
I'm not like
Martin.
I don't know. I don't have like
when Dank.cool came out, were you like, oh, this is tight, or were you like, I hate this instantly?
I don't know. I feel like kind of indifferent, you know?
Yeah.
If you knew me better, you would know that I'm just kind of like not one of those guys. I don't know. I'm like passionate about some things. But
Music is your passion more than
I like
comedy.
music, but still, like, I mean, people ask me all the time, like, oh, you like this band? I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all my friends are EDM managers, and like I literally don't. Like the only DJs or producers I know is like people I've met.
Diplo's a close personal friend of the show.
Though we
Is
never
he?
met.
We never met him, but like we
close
consider
personal
him a
friends,
close.
Actually, I've only met him a couple times. We're Instagram friends.
yeah.
We're like one of those people that's like we've only talked through other people.
Right. Well, we've never even talked at all. I've never talked through anyone.
You want to get him on here?
Well, actually, me and Rosemary are Eskimo brothers with him, and we're very excited about that, and that's why we want to get him on here.
I mean, that's kind of I feel like
huge
a lot
for
of
us.
people are.
I feel like it wouldn't be
huge
that,
for us.
I don't think it would be hard for us to interview Diplo. I think he'd be kind of down because he's a close personal friend of the
Close-
show that we've never
close
met.
personal friend.
Close personal.
You want to know
friend.
something I came up with when I was really high? Is Eskimo cousins.
What's that?
I always forget.
This fucking guy.
All right, wait. So Eskimo cousins would be that. All right, so. Oh wow! You decided you were done with the
I
candle.
think I blew wax on
That's
there.
one of my least favorite smells in the world.
Candles?
Blown out candle.
Really?
All right, so Eskimo cousins. Okay, so how would this work?
I was going to ask Erin if we were Eskimo brothers, but I don't know what, like me and her, but I don't know how she would take that, but it would be interesting to see what she said.
What does
Have
that
you
even
guys
mean?
ever?
I don't know. I don't know what it would mean. Yeah, you guys fuck?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Why'd you say it like that?
I've actually
Why
had
do
a
we have
test.
to have fucked?
No, we didn't have to, but you don't have to like laugh about
I'm
it.
not laughing.
Like,
I would never fuck
do
this
it.
loser.
This guy?
Jack.
Ew. Eskimo cousins. Well, what would it be? Okay, so I've had to text the people that were there when I came up with it. I've had to like text them, and be like, "Wait, explain to me what I was saying that one time." Wait, Eskimo cousins would be like, okay, so if you hooked up, the whole point is that like,
There's girl A and there's guy A,
6
and they
degrees
smash.
all right, so like, let's say
Girl A and guy
So
A
if
smash.
we both hooked up with Erin, we would be Eskimo brothers.
But
Yes.
if I hooked up with you, say you're a girl, and then, but wait, that's the part.
Okay, wait, no,
because
no,
there has to
okay,
be a
no, wait,
guy.
wait,
If this is
I got it,
assuming
I
we're
got
all
it.
heterosexual, there has to be a guy in between you if you're a girl.
No, the cousin would be you hook up with her, and then she hooks up with. Wait, hold on.
So like,
Okay.
so if he, oh wait, no, so if she hooks up with one of my Eskimo brothers,
Oh,
I'm your Eskimo cousin.
Yes. You guys are Eskimo brothers,
yeah.
right? You're brothers.
We need a family
So okay, so
tree.
yeah,
And
so
you
me
bang-
and her.
but we're not that we know of. But
Someone draw a
probably,
family tree.
we are because we both live in LA.
So like yeah, so like let's say me and her, me and him hook up with a anonymous girl. Let's just say
Wait a
Taylor
second, that makes
Swift.
them brothers.
Taylor, yeah, we fucked Taylor Swift,
We're both Eskimo brothers.
raw dog.
Yeah, we both did it. And then he hooks up with Erin. Or no, you hook up with Erin, and you guys also hooked up with somebody else separate. I'm his Eskimo cousin then.
Right. Oh, it's just such a distance.
I
There's
feel
almost
you.
nothing in common. It's not like you have like a shared experience. Really, you have to go through a third party
You
to
ever
find
heard it
out.
called tunnel buddies?
What's that?
Same thing as Eskimo brothers.
So wait, so if you both hook up with the same girl, you guys are.
I have crazy Eskimo
yeah.
brothers.
You share the same tunnel.
Okay.
You both live in the same igloo.
It's just fun to know. It's like playing Pokemon. Honestly, is like just to know that we have the same.
It's a badge of honor.
And especially because this is LA. Obviously, if Roseman and me fucked her, then we
What do
probably
girls do? Girls do that?
no
What's
kind
the
of
name?
emotion
Is
involved.
there a word?
No, girls
I
hate
don't
each
know
other.
a lot
They're
of
so
girls
the
that
girls
are
are so much
guy.
more competitive.
See, sometimes I feel like girls like it's a huge turn off if they find out that you fuck their friend, but then at the same time it's like sometimes it seems like a huge turn on.
The true thoughts will go hard for it.
A funny thing that happened, I used to like hook up, have a thing with this girl like a long time ago, and then we actively stopped. It was like kind of like a fight thing, and I'm like, let's not do this anymore, please. And then we didn't talk for a little bit, and then I ran into her, and she tells me that she's like, we like ran into her at a bar with like all my friends. She's like, I'm like, how have you been? You know, blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, I'm seeing somebody right now. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, cool. And she's like, I could tell she's like kind of trying to flex on me. I'm like, oh, what's the deal? She's like, he's an actor. He's like kind of a famous actor. And I'm like, kind of just like waiting for her to tell me who it is. And she goes, his name's Eric Von Detten. And I was like, wait. And she goes, I'm like, was he in like? She named some other movie that he was in. I'm like, wait, are you talking about Brink? Like, you remember the movie Brink? The skating movie?
No.
What? This whole story is pointless.
I've heard the name, but
Brink?
I don't know.
It's an aggressive skating movie on the. Oh my god.
About skateboarding? No, I think I might
Those
have seen
aggressive
it, but
skating soul skaters.
I watch
Jesus.
movies and I forget about them like 10 minutes
Brink?
later. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't talk to movies about...
X-Blades. All right.
You haven't
Anyway,
seen Saving Private Ryan. Go ahead.
I don't even
very
know what that
different
is,
movie.
so.
You don't know
Very
what
different
that
movie
is.
than Brink. Brink.
He's
Oh
not
man,
very
Brink.
famous.
No, it's a huge movie. Brink. People listening will know what Brink is. Anyway, I think she was trying to upset me, but I was so excited, and I like instinctively high-fived her and then like chest bumped her, and then I like turned around to all the people. I was just like, "Yo, she's dating Brink. She's dating fucking Brink."
And
she's like getting like
Eskimo brothers with
a
him?
little mad about it. No, I was stoked for her. I was like, "That's crazy and amazing. Like you're dating Brink. What's he like?
Girls hate
Can he
that
skate?"
reaction. Yeah.
So it's like the
They
main
probably do
character
that.
is called
Oh,
Brink
yeah.
in the movie?
Yeah, the movie's
Oh, okay.
Brink, and he's called Brink. And he's an aggressive skater. He's a soul skater. He just does it for the love. And then there's this team X-Blades, so like sponsored, and he's like tempted to join the
It's
team.
rollerblading, right?
Yeah, aggressive skating. Yeah.
Aggressive.
Calling it aggressive skating, man. It's aggressive
You're
inline.
You're forgetting the
Aggressive
inline.
inline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aggressive skating makes me think just aggressive skateboarding. Yeah.
No, dude. Aggressive inline.
It's funny because
Adam, let's watch Brink.
that's the exact same plot as Rad, which is like the definitive BMX movie. But I've been riding BMX for literally 20 years, and I interviewed the lead character, Crew Jones, Bill Allen, and I had to go watch the movie that morning because I'd never seen it in the 20 years riding BMX. That's how much I hate movies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just don't fuck with them.
This fucking guy.
I got no attention span. I can't do it. I don't know.
That's funny.
You don't take girls to the movies?
No.
He doesn't take girls anywhere. You
If
can
I take
to
a-
the bathroom.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's a good point. Yeah, I ain't going on no dates, but
That tampon.
but if I
Ah.
but yo, if I went on a date to the movies, it's like I'm falling asleep. There's no way around it. Like there's no possible. I've never seen a movie that I paid attention to.
That's like an absolute deal breaker for me.
Really?
You guys would
Absolutely.
never fuck.
I don't know. This
I
just
went to
doesn't do it
film
for me.
school and we had to do all these they trained us, you know, like we had these we had to watch like 3 movies a day, like in this auditorium with wooden seats. They're like the most uncomfortable seats. You have to do stupid stuff like watch it with no sound and then watch it again with sound, and just like I don't know. I just learned to like pay attention to a movie and
Yeah, Jesus.
yeah.
Sounds brutal.
So like
That
when I
sounds like
watch it, I
torture.
really want
No, I'm
to.
glad I did engineering instead.
I don't watch a ton of movies, yeah. But
I
yeah,
cannot imagine-
talking during TV shows. No.
Oh, I freak out.
Oh, that pisses me. That's why I can't watch TV with people. That's
you
like
ever watch-
I
did
can't
you
have
watch-
a girlfriend. I need to put subtitles on.
Did you watch The Night of? The
No.
first episode on HBO?
No.
It's about the murder or whatever.
Can you
It's
believe this is
sick.
If we talk for 10 more minutes, this is a 2-hour podcast.
Hey.
Hey.
Very rarely do we go that
It's
deep.
because Jack is very gregarious.
Gregarious.
Gregarious, yeah.
Gregarious.
Urban
Vocabulary.
Dictionary definition?
It pisses me off that it's pronounced
Dictionary
demonstrably instead of demonstratably.
Yeah.
Like
I feel you
why?
there.
Demon? Like demon? Like fucking it's not that's not the word. Why
And
would-
what are certain words you say wrong because maybe you're from the Shy or
I'd like to think that I have
the perfect Midwestern accent?
no, just like a non-accent. I've picked up more of a California accent, if anything.
You soften your A's
I get
up.
mad at myself for saying espresso. I try to say espresso because that's what it is, but like
Espresso.
Everybody says
It's very
espresso.
hood, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Let me ask
I'm
you a
gonna ask you
question,
a
man.
question. That's why I
Ax,
thought
yeah.
of right away. Turning like S's into X's is a hood thing. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
fucked up by my Chicago upbringing because I said milk with an E.
yeah,
I said
Pop.
museum.
You drink pop?
yeah.
I said
Well, there's a
English. I said
wide-
English.
Everyone's
I mean, there's like a
super
wide
rare.
variety of like Chicago
Weird
like
shit.
accents. You could get like the weird Milwaukee. It sounds like you have like closer to like Wisconsin.
Yeah, hey there, how you doing over there?
I'm from like outside Boston, and when I get drunk as fuck, it comes out so hard that my friends the next day will be like, "Oh, it was insane." They were so happy. They're like, "You were so drunk. You were saying, like you." They're like, "You didn't even sound like." They're so happy about this because they get to see like a weird side of me, like showing my shitty regional
I'm
accent.
from New York. Everybody says I have a super New York accent.
I don't
say
know.
Mario instead of Mario. Everyone
Yeah.
always yells
Yeah,
at me.
I can hear that.
I guess I could see the tang when I pay attention to it, but I feel like I've been around so much that I don't pay attention to
Yo,
people's accents.
California fucks you up. We all kind of adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think California overwhelms
like a
my
Valley
New York
girl.
and Boston accents.
Great.
It's tight. It's hot, babe. Babe, it's hot, babe.
I won't be Valley Girl.
I think like California is just like proper English.
I like the things you hate conversation. I'm trying to think of like, what else do you guys hate?
Women.
Hate? Wait, what would we start on
Trying to
that?
bring up
Just like, what do you not like in the world?
Fousey.
If you get rid of things.
You know Fousey
Oh,
Tube on
man.
I've
YouTube?
been going off.
I don't know what that is.
Fousey? You don't know? Fuck, you should hate him.
I don't hate a lot of shit, but I have like a very specific, like invisible list that I keep to myself of like fashion don'ts, brands I don't fuck with, like things I'm just like, why is everyone liking that one thing? I don't like that one thing or whatever, you know? And I just like, I don't know. I just don't like skateboarding brands.
Oh yeah, I
Even though
don't
I'm wearing
like.
Huff
I don't like
shoes
people
right
wearing
now.
Supreme. I just think it's the lamest thing ever. Like,
Okay, to me, Supreme is like fake or Supreme is like one level from Abercrombie, which I never wore. I never wore Supreme.
Wow.
And then now Palace is the new Supreme, which is the new
The Abercrombie in the
Give a
skate
fuck
world,
about
that needs to be
Pal-
said.
Palace
That's
or
what I already
Supreme.
said. I tweeted it. It got a lot of retweets.
Oh, wow.
I just see every like up and coming rapper just on the Supreme wave so hard because they think that's gonna like make them a rapper, and I'm like, what are you guys doing?
It's just like if you skate and the Supreme sponsors you, do it. But like people who don't skate and wear Supreme, I don't know why I have a problem with that. I shouldn't have a problem with that.
It's so not a hardcore skate brand. And even the most hardcore skate brands like Thrasher, like that's the most mainstream skate.
And here's
brand now.
the fucked up thing about me too is that
I was on Thrasher.
You're on it. Oh, they did a little article about your
My video
character?
made-
Really? Oh, that's sick.
No, they just posted my video.
Which video?
The Thrasher video. You never seen it?
No. Wait,
Oh.
the sponsor me, like the 60-second like sponsor me tape thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I just want to say real quick, if you give me free Supreme, I will wear it. So I don't hate stuff that much. Hey Jack, let me say one
If you
thing.
give me free Supreme, I won't
I
wear
think
it.
it's better in life, and I found it to be easier from when I'm 18 to when I'm 31. Liking stuff is more fun. Finding a way to
Yes.
enjoy life is more fun. Like everyone getting on Pokemon Go, I don't know what a single Pokemon is. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna download it and give it a shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I have more fun because of it. Sitting back and hating on shit, like that's a very.
Like,
I
18
mostly
that's
don't.
what
I mostly don't hate on.
Like,
things.
oh,
I think
that's
it's
what
a funny
everybody's doing. But
conversation.
like, I've heard people say that, like, oh, I don't Pokemon. Like, that's what everybody's doing. I'm like, yeah, but the fact that everybody's doing it is what makes it fun.
For me, the opposite of
That's
love
like
isn't hate, is indifference.
anybody that's know about Pokemon Go. It's just like I do not understand what you have a problem
It's
with.
a shared human experience that we're all going through.
I don't get annoyed
you know?
like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't get annoyed by people just like something being popular. Just like let
Right.
people like something. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'll get annoyed for something if I think it's like deep down
Problematic.
like harmful.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
harmful,
Like Dan,
yeah.
like I think he's like deep down like not even people aren't even noticing, but it's like secretly harmful.
Right.
I can't even think of another example because like for the most part I don't hate much stuff.
Fousey.
Yeah.
Fousey's
But,
trash. I know you guys don't know who he is. but he
Literally,
sucks.
it's no offense, Adam, but like 80% of everything on YouTube is trash.
Fousey has 10 million subscribers.
This is actually pretty shitty. No
he has 10
jumper.
million
Most
subscribers.
things
I'm
on
just saying,
social media, most people that are big on social media are trash.
he's trash, and it's reached the critical climax of like. There's so many people who have fallen for this that at a certain point, I'm just like, I have to say something about how bad this guy sucks.
You give a platform to like a guy who does a lot of hateful things, like last week on this exact show.
Milo?
Yeah.
Man.
Who's that?
Milo Yiannopoulos? You don't know?
No.
He's like he kind of looks like you with the hair. The blonde guy who like he lost his check mark on Twitter because he's like super like Trump supporter, like conservative.
He's
Oh wait.
You know who I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
Some people
Feminism
like
is cancer.
messaged me like making fun of me saying I looked like him.
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
He's just
He
like
has like dark. He kind of looks like a vampire.
Super
version of me.
troll.
he's
Super
gay.
troll.
He's gay. He's conservative.
Oh wait,
and
is he the
he's
one
from
that's
England.
like homos? It's time to.
Yes.
That guy's hilarious.
He's
Where's that
so
shirt?
funny.
Where's that shirt?
Oh yeah. I got this shirt from him. I shouldn't say I bought it. He bought a bunch of shirts from me, but right after the Orlando shooting, he made this.
That's incredible. Yo.
Because his opinion is that we need, like, he was on the show. He's like, we need to arm the gays to fight the Muslims, and he's so serious. And I'm just sitting there dying. Like, this is so awesome that
Such a mess.
Yeah,
I would play that video game, gays versus Muslims. I don't know what side I'd choose, but it'd be a fun
The
video.
Muslims have so much money and so much firepower in comparison.
Dude,
to
the gays have a lot of gays
pull
have
in
a lot of
Hollywood, but that's not like where's the battle
Wait
going
till
to
you
take
get into
place?
the power gay scene of West Hollywood. You say like, West Hollywood's so great because there's no scene or whatever. Just wait, you'll get in there.
I don't feel like I'll get like sucked into that though.
Oh,
You
but
might get
okay.
some-
So
I just
I
go
interviewed
watch
Milo,
it,
and I'm like,
karaoke.
oh, you're staying in West Hollywood because there's all these guys you can fuck. He goes, no, I would never fuck a guy in West Hollywood. I'm like, why not? He's like, because they're faggots, and he's so serious. He hates like gay people. He only likes gay people that like don't associate with gay culture at all, and he's like very adamant about that.
Associates with gay culture, which is what's.
He's got a lot of issues going on there.
I like him.
That's a lot of
He's the
that's a
only
lot-
the only conservative I've met in my
just
life that I really like.
I only know him from that one tweet, and I like him from that one tweet.
tweet?
I imagine I wouldn't like him outside of it.
Well, the reason why he got his check mark taken away is because he made a poll. What would you rather have? Your child have cancer or feminism? And cancer won. And then he was just like flying in the face of like everybody, and that's why they took his check mark away.
wow.
But that says a lot about his demographic that they voted fucking
He's got
cancer.
he's got a lot of self-hatred and issues to work out with himself. And I
Yeah.
wish him
That's
the
probably
the
fair,
fact
yeah.
He's manipulating people into following him. I mean, he says like the most like outrageous stuff that literally makes.
That was like
But
a
he's
good-
not trying to be outrageous.
his
In his
tweet-
opinion, his opinions are not really that
I
outrageous.
He had
feel
this tweet that, like, blew
he's
up on the
outrageous
internet.
with his,
The-
like,
the
Louis
upper
Vuitton
10%?
suitcase. He's
Yeah.
like the most like, oh my god, look at me. Like he knows exactly.
He's a
what doing.
provocateur. He always says it. He goes, nobody would be paying attention to me if I didn't say the most offensive, like 5 or 10%
Why is
of
his
what
Twitter
I say.
handle Nero? There's
Because he couldn't get Milo, and he's some Nero. He looked up the
Nero
Greek
is
origin.
a DJ duo that I kind of like.
Well, it's from Greek mythology or some
He's
shit.
got
Trio.
like, progressively more obnoxious though, because he sees that it's working and he's like, okay.
Oh, he's
just
blown.
fucking
He's
shocked
so
about it.
much bigger now than he was a year ago. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't know the tweet I'm talking about?
No.
It was like really well timed. It was right after the shooting. Everybody's really upset, of course. And it was like a picture of him with Louis Vuitton bags and an AK-47. And it was like something about like, nobody's going to defend us. It's time to arm ourselves. Like, and he's like,
Oh,
it was
yeah, I
like
saw
strap
that.
up homos or something like
Yeah.
that. He's like, and it was like, not super offensive. It was just like kind of empowering and funny,
Yeah.
but just funny enough that it was kind of like, it didn't make light of the situation. It was just like,
I mean, if
kind of
I
like moving on in a positive way.
if I were to go in on the topic of like the left giving Muslims a pass, even when they're like saying the absolute worst things possible about fucking gays and women, it's just like it is insane the pass that the left gives. Like,
I mean, like, I don't know. I think that's probably like the hardcore kids coming out of us, but like, I don't say that stuff. I probably shouldn't say it on a podcast.
say
but, like,
what?
Just like, I don't understand why the left defends religions at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just like,
fuck
Because it's
I
a-
don't
it's
like,
an
I don't
outrage
fight
contest.
against religions, but it's just like, I
What
don't
did
know.
we
The
say
left.
earlier? We said control your group, whatever group you're
yeah.
in. If there's an
The
extremist
left
part
has
of it.
chosen to side with Muslims to the extent where they're co-signing Muslims doing things that they would never in a million years co-sign, such as like all this
Like the
sectarian
it's just like
violence
it's
and shit,
defending
yeah.
against Islamophobia, which is like like I don't support Islamophobia.
But
Here-
the
here's an
day
example.
that shooting happens, they're talking about Islamophobia before they're talking about homophobia. Like
Here's
they're
an-
more
here's an
worried about the
example.
people
I was
who
mad about
might
that.
be.
Adam, here's an
blamed.
example. Let's say like 4 kids came out and were like, we're about to go shoot up our entire school. This one's for rope gang. You'd be like, no, that's not what we're
I
about.
would actually be really excited about that. That'd be tight.
Actually.
I would own that.
All right, bad
I
example.
would own it. Yeah.
That's been No Jumper.
Don't let Adam be a god.
What should we
Jesus.
end here with? Yeah, that's why you don't want to give me any kind of platform because I'm
No.
not.
Jack, let Jack take us out.
Yeah, Jack, take us out.
Well, we're not afraid of Muslims. We like Muslims.
Specific Muslims we are very afraid of.
Yeah, I mean,
Such
some
as
of them
Erin.
are religion.
Specific
Yeah.
humans we are very afraid of.
True.
I'm Christian, but I'm really an atheist.
But you don't see a lot of religions committing violent acts these days.
I'll kill anyone.
They kind of have a
I mean,
monopoly.
anyone can do an act and blame it on any reason.
But
You
I'm
can
just
say
saying-
it's in the name of religion.
Right, but
or
Muslims
it's in the
kind of have a
religion.
monopoly on
Like,
blowing people up right now.
They got that game unlocked.
They're
for
killing
sure.
it. Yeah, you can't be mad. But okay, that's the problem with the left is that they don't want to believe the reasons that the people who are blowing people up say are the reasons that they're blowing them up.
But you can make a reason for anything. You can say, "Oh, I'm doing this in the name of X, Y, and Z." It's like that doesn't.
I just think, like,
I could go in hard on this.
Claiming
Yeah.
your group and blowing people up with your group name
Mike,
as a part of that
Mike,
group, you gotta be
Mike.
I think
What's up?
I'll end this conversation. Like, we'll move on from end it on a lightheaded note. But like to end this, it's just like I think my thing with that, like I'll defend somebody who's being like facing racism. I mean, like I've I've beaten somebody up for saying a racial slur in public. I'll fight that to the death. But like religion, I mean, there's a difference between like the Islamophobia thing. It's a hard issue, but it's like you're not born you're born into the religion, but you could reject it. Mm-hmm. It's like you're either a part of religion or you're not. You could not be a part of the religion.
Yeah, every religion's a fucking mental disorder.
Yeah, so it's not the same. It's not the same as a race, and I think that's where the left gets confused.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, in a sense, I mean, kind of. I mean, it's somewhat regional, but it's one of the biggest religions in the world.
Regional.
Yeah, I mean,
like
it's like
as
people associate with the Middle
Earth,
East,
yeah.
and non-Muslims get associated with it.
Right.
But I don't know. At the end of the day, it's a religion. And like you either subscribe to it or you don't.
Thing is, for me, it's hard for me to come out and say like, Islam is a fucking toxic doctrine without people assuming that I'm cool with people like beating up some Muslim kid on the street, which is like obviously the worst thing you could ever imagine,
Absolutely, yeah.
But every religion's fucking terrible. It just so happens that certain ones are a little more active right now. Anyway,
but you could listen to like a metal band called like Church Burner.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Christianity is like free shots.
But that's what's funny too is that the left gives all forms of like self-expression a pass now too. Is that it's so unfashionable to be like a Marilyn Manson hater or a fucking like it used to be. That's what people who wanted to be outraged by something would be mad at Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Now they're mad at people who use the wrong pronoun. Pronoun gang.
Be happy.
It's a weird time to be a liberal, guys.
All right, Jack. So
let's end it on something fun.
Yeah,
we've hit some like really like topics that I would avoid tonight.
Right, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes.
Should we talk about the big old elephant in the room?
We're still
What, you
going.
guys beefing?
It's still going.
He could choose to edit. All right, I'll end it with this.
What's the elephant?
He can edit this out if he wants. I'll do a second ending. So I walked in here, and these two girls leave the room, and like I don't even know where I am. I'm in a BMX shop. I'm looking straight into the camera for this. In a BMX shop, these two girls leave, and these two bros are sitting here, and like they're already talking about like a blowjob, and I'm like, what? And he's like, no, dude, I just got a fucking blowjob under the desk, dude. During the last podcast, this girl just starts giving me a fucking blowjob, dude.
Not under. Right here.
Right there. It's on camera apparently.
No, I was sitting here. Porn star was sitting here. Adam was sitting here. And the girl started blowing him right here. And
Must
so
be
me and her.
nice. Must be nice.
So anyway, that's what I've had to live up to as a guest.
So now he has to complete the podcast by
You have a couple minutes.
showing
if
the
you wanna blow
customary.
Adam.
Is that everybody has to do this on No Jumper? Is that
Adam. He's
Is
going
it-
to complete the podcast.
I can't believe you didn't see the tampon in there.
I missed the tampon.
What? It's right next to the sink.
Well, it's
and
gone
it's all
now.
wide, and there's like a little bit of like really dry blood. It's not very used.
my
It's not
First
my
tampon.
fault. I have a
She
wide set vagina and a heavy flow.
Right? She
So-
probably put it in when did she go to the bathroom when she first got
Oh,
here?
I pulled it up.
No, but when she first got here.
Oh, wait,
she
so you
it wasn't
smashed?
very used.
Yeah.
You smashed in there?
He dipped
On
as
the
they say.
period.
He was in there for a solid 3.5
I can't believe you're
minutes.
even acting like this is weird. Like, of course, you see a period, you're gonna just stop.
No, I know.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a savage. I
A
don't
lot
care.
of guys won't fuck with it though.
Gay guys,
A
yeah.
lot of guys won't fuck with
Gay
it.
Black
guys,
guys.
Muslims, yeah.
No,
She's like, yeah.
no. My last boyfriend was black, and he was down. The first night we met, I had my period. Still didn't matter. Blood all over the
messing
sheets.
with
I run that red light so fucking fast.
Okay. What do you call it? Oh, like blood is like.
I go hard in the
lube.
paint.
Blood is like lube.
I don't use lube, so hopefully there's some blood.
He likes
Yeah.
a bloody spear.
I never used lube my whole life. Is that weird?
That's not that
Swimming.
weird.
What do you need that for?
Not even with our.
We're young, dude.
Let me ask you. I'll text you off air.
Ask me whatever you want, bro. Yeah.
I feel like we could end it on something. Should we do an alternate ending in case he doesn't want that information?
I'm not
Guy's such a director.
I'm not cutting anything out. This is
You missed
going.
the bathroom. Wait,
Yeah, I don't know what happened in there.
If you're not cutting that out, then we're good. Do 2 endings. Ready? First ending is gonna be like a more happy, uplifting. Second alternate ending is like more dark.
More dark. Okay.
Yeah. So here's the first ending. Yo, Jack, thank you so much for Sashi Tamagotchi. That was sick.
You snapped.
Hey, thanks, man. I really don't get out of my house, and it was just nice to hang out with you guys because normally, I mean, I kind of don't have a lot of friends here, so it was just cool hanging out with talking to a couple guys.
Guys
I get
who
bullied
fuck
a lot, so it's like cool to just
Locker room talk.
you were kind of mean to me before we got on the podcast, you said all those things about me when I walked in about how I looked, but you guys got really nice.
You understand. You've seen yourself.
Yeah, so I feel like we're going to be really good friends now.
You understand? You've seen yourself.
How do we get him and Dan on here together?
I don't want to meet him.
Dan Bilzerian, hit me up. I'll you and your chest hair.
Because he knows he's going to like him.
Yeah, you and your chest hair could come on
He's
in.
going to like him a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
Bilzerian.
losing it, guys. I'm starving.
I don't know how to describe. I just like it's just something I don't need to do. It's like
So you wouldn't do it if Dan was like, I'm down?
I mean, I'll probably do it.
What if he was like, I
Do
got
it.
mad
No,
Coke?
Adam, we gotta make this happen.
Oh, I would
I'd
love to have Dan.
rip
That'd be
a
so
couple of
fire.
nose beers with Dan.
Brr. Sorry.
I feel like Dan Bilzerian would have to do a line like 10 times longer than the other person in the room.
Yeah.
How do we get his attention?
When you take off your headphones, you have no qualms about interrupting.
Dan Bilzerian, official challenge. The
Official challenge. Bring
The no
us an
jumper
8-ball.
Coke job. The no jumper Coke off.
So Dan Bilzerian ain't shit if you don't show up with an
Actually, you know
8-ball.
what? Like I don't know if I would really go toe to toe, but in terms of like you getting blowjobs under the table, this podcast, possibly the Coke off.
It wasn't really under the table. It was all out in the
Coke
open.
off.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to go toe to toe out Danning Dan, but I think I might like. Could I coach you maybe and like kind
To
of
become
like?
better than
All right,
Wait,
now
you could be
consultant.
Like his manager,
A consultant.
Like in the corner.
just like
Can
the
you
fucking.
be like my little my racehorse
let's do the dark
of
ending now.
misogyny?
I oftentimes think about how I could be bigger, how I could go more viral, and it would just have to be like a more specific version of who I actually am, like a more pointed,
Just
extreme
post the
version.
blowjob
More
video,
Dan
dude.
version.
Exactly. That's the thing is I realized that kids like my YouTube and shit would be so crazy if I actually showed like the real party shit. But I'm way too shook
You're
right
like
now.
Dan, but like the tatted up like BMX version.
And like somewhat knowing.
You're so.
I would like to think like maybe a little knowing. He's 0% knowing. That's his whole issue.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't know what is happening
No,
exactly.
I think he knows.
The BMX Dan Bilzerian,
I want to be the trap one.
Ooh, that's a trap.
The trap Dan.
like the EDM trap or like the Atlanta trap.
Atlanta. But
Okay.
but more like Fredo Santana.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a meow with close. Just everybody.
Oh wow.
But you just caught it?
It's 245 CP. I'm pulling out some fucking.
Kill that
strawberry
fool.
shit, raspberry.
All right, we got to end this. This is long as fuck. Holy
that
shit.
shit,
I
meow.
wonder if the phone stuff.
Do
Stop.
people listen to this stuff?
Yeah,
Watch
they
this
will listen
curveball.
the whole way
Watch
through.
this
Yeah.
curveball. Ready?
What's your demographics like?
Little white kids? I don't know about white actually.
Curve. Shot.
Whoa, that was fire. You actually just killed that.
Bang.
So you're actually
Excellent.
you're married to shaking it up
Might
first,
get out.
huh?
It might get out. It's
Hey, do
245.
you shake it up every time before you throw it? Do you do that?
Boom! Got him.
Do you shake it up before you throw it?
He doesn't.
Me
He's never
neither.
done a curveball. He's level 16. He's never.
Wait,
curved.
you have to shake it up to throw it as a curveball?
You have to spin it. Start spinning.
I thought it was all about the flick.
Well, you can do it that way.
Because
too,
I see
but
guys
I'll
shake
just-
it up and then throw it straight too. On YouTube.
Sure.
Actually, that's probably one of the things I'm most excited about is that when I get home, Nate Shot's gonna have like a new Pokemon video. Anyway,
I'm gonna try it. I mostly get curved, but I'll try.
that's what I'm saying. That's why when you pulled out that cologne, I was like, curve.
Then
By
it's game
Camon.
over tonight when I hit
This fucking
Dude.
Cubone guy. How do you pronounce it?
Cubone.
Cubone.
He's
See, I
not
didn't know that
Italian.
either.
66.
Hey.
Hey, it's a Cubone.
I was
Cubone.
calling him Cub One like he was a graffiti
I'm
artist.
gonna use a great ball. on him.
Yeah.
Hey, what is the point of using the camera?
Take pictures for your friends.
But I have the screenshot
I know,
capabilities
right?
as well, right? That seems kind of strange to me. Anyway, I gotta end this. This is so long.
We can go on all night.
17
Then
and
go to Whole Foods in the
You guys want to
morning.
go do something after this? Or?
Let's go to System of a Down karaoke.
12:57. Adam's
You got
got like
some work to do after
18
this,
videos
you know
to
what I'm
edit.
saying?
No. What? Work?
The suck.
You are not giving me head. Let's end this. We out.
I'm glad that's gonna stop it.
I'm not gonna let you
Wait,
get
you
me
guys should look at Adam Head and then you guys are Eskimo brothers.
No, they should put lipstick on and see who can go the deepest, like the rainbow challenge. Like,
I know somebody's gonna do a rainbow party. I'm just gonna leave it there.
I'm so about that.
I didn't think they were real. Somebody confirmed it for me.
Sounds like a very cool high school thing.
The servers are lit right now because no one's playing, so nothing's freezing.
I highly doubt it.
That's really good to know, actually.
It's 1 a.m.
It's one, bro.
We went hard.
Did we stop the recording?
I got 46 Cubone candy. I'm about to my block.
I've evolved that.
Fuck with me.